Good morning, everybody. This is Shamul here, this side. Today, I am speaking from my heart from a place close to 2,500 kilometers away from my native place, undergoing so much mental pressure, trauma for various reasons. Today is Eid. Let me wish my all brothers and sisters, whoever is following Muslim religion, I wish their good health. Friends, last few days I am going through a lot of mental stress. So whatever education I have, whatever qualification I have, I am not a great scholar or not an intellectual who can speak on many things. As per society terms, we are not an intellectuals. So I am speaking whatever thing I am speaking on my own capacity. I want to tell everyone what are the concerns I have. I love my India. I am also equally an Indian living in Mumbai for last 25 years, leaving my home, my parents, literally like Bahiragato as per the terms. We are all Bahiragato. I'll come back to you why I say we are in Bahiragato, having everything in our motherland, why I have to come here. Friends, my intention is not telling to talk about Bahiragato or non-Bahiragato. I left my mother. She died on 8th April, 8th May due to COVID. I met my mother last on 11th March. She was absolutely fine, and I heard she died because of COVID. I have talked about the reasons for my death with my presentation. One can follow the YouTube that what I have to talk about the COVID, the consequences, whether it is artificial or natural, and how this has been created. I have taken 100 years history of science because I am a student of history of science. I have analyzed and I have told what are the things what is going on. Friends, the first point I want to make it, we are really going through trauma. My so many family members, my father is now admitted in hospital. He is now 85. After hearing the sudden death message, he was shocked to hear. My sister, and also they are also infected. My family members also infected through COVID. My mother-in-law also infected with COVID. I was wondering what is going on. So I was literally scared to know that those are the things now happening in our family, close family loop. So friends, what as a society in India, what is going on? What are the things, the precautionary measurement, like giving hospital bed facilities, medical facilities, vaccination program, because this COVID has started around 2020, 20th March. From 20th March now 1 year crossed. It is almost 15 months gone down the line. We are at the same situation probably now. We are afraid that whatever COVID things was there, India is almost virtual lockdowns for almost 1 year, then started to open up shop, establishment, academic institute, research organization, aviation. We are thinking that things will be normalized again. we are again coming back to the zero. So friends, what I want to convey, now we are not analyzing certain things that everybody is talking about, how to counter the COVID virus or whatever things are infecting, we want to counter that. Basically, what we are doing the firefighting job. We are not trying to analyze the actual cause of COVID-19. That is what my concern. It's a very simple, it's like a society. There is a fire in one house, and the role of you call the firefighter, try to stop the fire. Now, this is one part of the story. The other part of the story, one need to understand, also to analyze what are the causes for fire. And we need to get into the deeper of this problem. The second part, what I want to tell you, that this is what it is exactly coming, the proper analysis, the intellectual. We talk about the intellectual or dissecting certain things. For the dissection purpose, one has to be mentally very clear that until or unless we get into the problem, otherwise there will be a cascade effect of this problem what is existing. Now India is going through this pandemic. It is fine. Everybody is accepted and taken into consideration. Probably this is a natural disease, and whatever things are happening, for that purpose there is a need for vaccination, and government and everybody, scientific community, whatever, United Nations, WHO, everybody is talking that this is a thing, exactly these things are happening. This is a pandemic happening across the globe, and there is a need for vaccination, mass vaccination, and that program is going on. Friends, my point is little different. What I am trying to tell over here, if you could recall, from 2016-17, there are a lot of published paper. I'm trying to get into the deeper of the problem. I'm trying to reminding the intellectual scientific community be aware of the facts, those facts to be brought, and there must be some debate and there must be some investigation in this matter, why this is happening. Now the question is whether this is a artificial virus, it is created inside the lab, or it's a natural thing, it came naturally through whatever climatic changes. If we believe the theory of evolution, Charles Darwin theory, in the evolution process, lot of species, they have come to earth, they have disappeared, and they have their presence. Now the question is here, this COVID-19 virus is artificially created or not? That is a $1,000,000 question. I'm telling this is a $1,000,000 question means there are a lot of conspiracy theory. I'm not getting into the detail of this thing because I have made a video close to my presentation close to 2 hours. If anybody is interested, they can get into YouTube, get the COVID-19, whether it is artificial, the mystery behind COVID-19 virus. I have detailed given explanation starting from 1901 to 2021, history of science. I have explained the First World War. I have explained the Second World War, how the intellectual committees or intellectual brains are fooled by the political establishment to use in their favor. For that matter, it might be the Einstein, his theory E is equal to mc square, that is used for making the nuclear bomb. Same Einstein who wrote that time, President of America, that there is a need of making nuclear bomb. It is his statement. He might have not understood the gravity of the nuclear bomb. He doesn't probably not be knowing that should be applied to stop the Second World War. That history is known. Now, the question is, it is not only the great physicist who has taken shelter in US, moved from Germany to US during the Second World War time. Oppenheimer also is the project director. Everybody has kept under the dark, and finally you got a product by name is the atom bomb, and that is being charged in 1945. That history is known to everybody. So friends, what I'm trying to tell you, the scientific communities are being fooled, and they have used for the political system, the state machinery, they have used them for their purpose. Friends, what I'm trying to again tell you, now we have to be very careful. Careful in that sense, what had happened during the Gulf War, all you are known to everybody, Gulf War had happened. Same story repeated in the name of anthrax. America, they have presented their all resources, intellectuals, everybody tried to prove UN that Saddam Hussein is having the anthrax biological weapon, and Saddam Hussein is going to use as a mass destruction, and that is a real threat for the humanity. In the name of anthrax, what had happened? America, Britain, all together they attacked the great country of Saddam Hussein. It's been destroyed, demolished. Before that, 15 years, senior George Bush went for what? He went for Gulf War. It is like you are starting, you are making the background of this drama, how to attack. This is what the story, but the real story, they could not found a single piece of evidence that shows that Saddam Hussein's regime is making any kind of anthrax which is going to be used for destruction of humanity, or that to be used for the common public or civilians. The question remains unanswered. It's a very again fabricated thing that is presented to UN by Colin Powell, American state representative. They have tried to prove all UN countries, whoever the members, and this is the truth. But after that, everybody knows what is the truth behind this thing. In that debate, I am not getting into that debate. What I am trying to tell you, First World War, that history has teaches us many lessons. First World War given the birth of a nation called Russia, the communist country. Second World War, the most benefit that is been taken by who? The America. Now America enter into what? The nuclear power business. American Nuclear Power Commission that is established soon after Second World War. Right? Then they went to hydrogen bomb project. After that, you all know how the atomic business, how much money American they have got. Now lot of countries, G7 countries is having all nuclear weapon. Now this is a field, probably now it is saturated. That one has to understand. Now everybody is having, even Pakistan, small country, poor country is having so much nuclear bomb. Sometimes they give unwanted threat that we are going to bomb North Korea. It's a communist country, but if you see, it's not a communist country. It's a country ruled by dictator. So we talk about the communism, but there is a dictator things that is being in place. They also give threat to America. Now small people, small people, that threatening big establishment like America. Just 2 years back, now the present American establishment, before that, Donald Trump was there. You know the tension, what had happened. The question remains unanswered whether this nuclear research field, the way each country is having their nuclear bomb exercise. Now we are worried about few countries who are doing the nuclear research, like in Europe. Many countries they are doing the exercise. Now American government is trying to impose the rules. They should not do the nuclear power exercise. But who has started all those things? This is all started during 1934 time. Manhattan Project started. Who? It is the America. Now the same America is trying to stop others not to do nuclear research. Now all countries are separate. They have their identity, they have their system, they have their democracy, whatever democracy they are running. Who are we to stop if anybody wants to do it? So, friends, what I'm trying to tell you, I want to understand everybody the deeper of the problem from where these things are originating. Now, coming back further down the line, China. China is also one of the greatest democracies running communism. You know what kind of communism they are running it. It's a communism or dictatorship. I have written in my video post, I have given how this Chinese is going or moving towards the another establishment like North Korea. Sooner or later, I'm 100% sure they will be converted to a North Korean isolated state and they will act like a dictator. And in today's time, there is no democracy in China. What we have seen, we have not seen anything after COVID, even though we know that COVID is originated from this place. They have stopped international research team, starting from UN, starting from WHO. After so many negotiations, they have allowed to visit. They have even stopped the BBC, all those news channels not to enter into this thing. Why this hypocrisy? If a country or state, they are doing some exercise without having their interest, so they should be allowed. If probably if they are doing the virus research for the benefit of human being, definitely they also want to have a safer country so that their people are not affected. But why there is so much questioning that why their government is not allowed openly, and it's a small tree probably all they have made, they have seen what activities are doing. My question, deeper question is few things. The scientists, whoever are working, what about their whereabouts? Where is the democracy? They should publish their literature, whatever they have publication that they have done it, all those lab to be kept under public domain. Like you have Nuclear Energy Commission, World Global Organization, they are the monitoring organization. Why not globally, whoever is doing viral related work, if you feel the threat, there must be some monitoring bodies, either it is monitored by UN or independent committee constituted by the different scientists from the various countries or world famous scientists. Let them have a committee, let them have the open access what they are doing. There must not be any kind of hide or seek game that must be excused. I am 100% sure Chinese government doing all fishy things and they have artificially created this virus and spread. They know any 12th standard biology students also understand how virus, its replication can be done. And if you know the mechanism, the way it functions, you can have your antibody vaccines also ready. Probably, who knows, they are not, because there is no news as if this country is very much safe. At initial stage in 2020, there are few reports that those mass casualties due to COVID. Now there is no news, everything is normal. Now we are talking about the second strain of virus, third strains of virus. There are many things we are hearing that now we are under virtual lockdown. My final submission to the government in this COVID matter, it must be, there must be some joint protest from the countries. There is no voice from civil society, scientific community, from anybody whatsoever. You won't find anything. Everybody is doing silently. What is the interest you have? I want to tell you something different thing. The interest is the paper like Nature, Scientific American. They are playing a very, very dangerous role in mentioning that COVID virus is not artificially created, it's a naturally created. They are not the custodian of the civil society. Those journals, how in advance they can predict all those things, how they are so sure about those are not created artificially. Those things have been taken into consideration. They are not questioning the time of Gulf War. They have not questioned during the Second World War. Why this Manhattan Project? What is the story behind it? Because all you know, these are all this Manhattan Project. I'm talking about the Manhattan Project. This is the greatest destruction of humanity. 76 million people they have died because of the Second World War. Total Japan was totally Hiroshima and Nagasaki all are charged and finished totally. The current generation also suffering through genetic disorder. That is, being as a biology student, I can understand that part. The question remain answered. Where is those nature publication? Where is this? When America attacked Saddam Hussein's regime, when UN Mr. Colin Powell tried to prove that they have the anthrax virus. Where is the scientific team? They have visited, they have published paper. Those whatever 100 years this is happening, all are calibrated thing in my opinion. This coronavirus is a calibrated programming to be the superpower in the economy. That is what China is playing the greater role. If you take from 1930 to 1990s or 2000, it is the role of America to want to be superpower. Now the turn is coming to China, and they have been preparing all those things for last 30-40 years with their developmental agenda, inviting all the countries to establish their manufacturing unit. Now globally, all the company, they are big companies. You name any company, they have their establishment in China. All pharmaceutical company, they have their establishment in China. So tomorrow nobody is able to talk against China because they have the fear if they say anything, all material to be stopped, supply will be stopped, so that their country's economy, what about their welfare? This all welfare, what is coming during COVID time, it is all coming from China. Say for India, America, all those oxygen concentrator, oxygen generator, all those things, whatever COVID related kit, everything is coming from the China. What is the capacity they have? They could supply the entire globe. I have a lot of Chinese company I know. We have been procuring a lot of things, including the oxygen concentrator and other few materials I know. They don't say that we don't have to have stock. Only they say that give me 5 days time or 4 days time, or I have this many number of stock. There are issues. There is no issues at all in terms of supplying from those countries. They could give supply to the whole world. That means, which indicates they have well prepared for those things, and they know this crisis is going to come across the globe, and that time they are going to sell all those equipment. This is a very kind of tactical movement. Probably it's a things they have taken. We are not able to assess those things. Friends, what I am trying to again tell here, friends, what I am trying to tell over here is very simple. Let me make it very direct, not to be very hypocritical, because last 100 years we are not reluctant to speak the truth. If truth has to be spoken, it has to be spoken from the heart. Until or unless you are not able to speak the truth, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen in this country. Nothing is going to happen to the humanity. If entire world is everybody is talking about to restore the humanity, let's talk openly. Let's talk honestly. Let's talk from the heart. Let's talk from your heart, not seeing that how your heart is beautiful, how your heart you can so emotionally, so passionately, and where you are speaking, those things are not important, not relevant. I have been seeing and hearing a lot of news debate. I have been seeing a lot of summit like Telegraph, national debate on coronavirus. There are TV debates. There are a lot of people I'm not naming. I will name few people who feel themselves intellectual. They are the custodians of saving the democracy. I have something to say, something to talk about them. They should not be so hypocritical. They should introspect their things, what they are speaking. Friends, I am very clear and confident. with my scientific knowledge, what God has given me to understand, and they have allowed me to read the history of science, I can say definitely this is nothing but artificially created virus. That is, the country is China. They have their vested interest, they know everything. That secret has to be opened. Now the question is, who is going to open? I really do not know. Until or unless there is a collective pressure to reveal all those information so that we can stop further damage. So whatever damage has happened, whatever loss has happened globally last 14-15 months, now this has to stop. Otherwise, this will continue. If we continue to act like a firefighter, you will keep on bringing fire. There is a house on fire. Now, the next house, the third house, the fourth house, the fifth house, this drama is going to be continued. But everybody will be confused and puzzled, and after that, they will be out of control. There will be a kind of civil war among the people. There will be scarcity. It's a cascade effect. You all know how economy works and how economy can be collapsed when it is under control. You might be wondering that the world is having a strength of total 740 crores population. Out of that, India's share is close to 140 crores. China is having how much? 145 crores. America close to 35-40 crores. Rest, France, Germany, they are all European countries collected together 50-60 crores. So my question remains unanswered. Why so much intellectual, so much scientific community, so much knowledge base, so much philosopher, academician, Nobel laureates, where is their voice? Where is the voice from the Nobel laureates from India? We are so proud that you have produced Nobel laureate in economics. I will get into that part also. Where is their voice? What is there to say? They can also give a video message to the world how the economical crisis can be restored. People talk about the poverty elevation program. What about the banking, micro banking, macro banking, what they have learned, what about their knowledge and wisdom today, not sharing or uttering a single word. A silence is a kind of a very suffocating thing. Until or unless we speak, the civil society, the intellectual doesn't speak, means there is something wrong. Something wrong, there are two ways of interpreting something wrong. Everything is fine, everything is natural. I am happy, why should I be worried about others? This might be one of the reasons. If you are having twice food, you don't have problem. If you have a platform to talk intellectually, people are giving you space to talk intellectually, you are not worried. But what you speak there, that is also a $1 million question. You speak nonsense, you try to feed people that what I am speaking, it is the right thing you are speaking. Whether you are speaking the right thing or wrong thing, that is well understood from the TV debates and everything. I am referring few things. The Telegraph, what is the debate about the national debate on COVID and other things, how to counter it. I am referring Dr. Conal Sarkar, one of the greatest doctor in Bengal. He presented there what he talks about. His speech is very emotional. He talks about the history of from 1947 to till date. What are the things? What are the lacuna? He talked about reforming the medical system, reforming many other aspects. So my question, I have gone through his other lot of videos also where he's spoken from your heart. He is much more senior. I have never seen him, never interacted with him. But what I have extracted, he is holding a good position. He is Medica Super Specialty Hospital. He is one of the chairman, the board of chairman is holding, means the ownership is holding. So he is running a big hospital. Now I want to ask him very simple thing. You are talking about your presentation. You talked about the Bohiragato. The Bohiragato is coming to Bengal and creating problem. They are bringing COVID. It should be stopped. My simple submission to Dr. Conal Sarkar, please ask the river question. How come this Bohiragato word, this is come? It is not, probably it is not in the dictionary. So suddenly how this terminology is coined, and this terminology is coined politically in Bengal, and power, somebody has got the power. It is absolutely fine. I don't have problem. If new terminology is coming like a new virus, absolutely no problem. My problem is different. The people who are moving out from Bengal with their education, primary education, graduation and everything, they are going out because there is no job opportunity. That's why they are going abroad, right? If you take today's data, I have the statistical data. What is the percentage of qualified people they are moving out from Bengal? It's a complete erosion that the most brains they are going out of Bengal, going abroad and settling down. We talked about brain drain few years back. To stop the brain drain, you have established all IITs so that all intellectual class, big minds should stay back in India, right? They will do research. And good thing, what is happening exactly in India? All the intellectuals, all the good creamy students, they read here, they learn everything, they go abroad. Now we talk about they have every right to go wherever they want to go. But the main purpose of bringing those academic institute in order to develop your own society, we are charitably, we are now telling they have right. Now we are talking about human rights. Question is, where is country is first or humanity is first? First you need to see the humanity of your own country. That's why the nationalism is coming. I want to get into the deeper of this problem. See, until or unless philosophically we understand the problem, how this erosion, gradual erosion is taking place, how in the name of nationalism is a bad thing or bad concept. There are communists, they are not in favor of nationalism. They talk about global thing like no, there should not be the barrierless state. The world will be the home for everybody. But the reality is not that way. It's not so simple. You say it is not a, it's not your own house. Like no, you have a bathroom, you have a toilet, and you have two bedrooms, and you have a dining space. You divide into this part. It's very easy to dissect it, but it is very difficult. The world cannot be your home. Otherwise, people are not moving out. How? You know the history, what had happened. Everybody knows that history of partition of India, how this has been split into three parts. You know the history of Israel, Palestine. You go back those time, how the history has taken a very kind of a violent step. Country has been splitted, and you know who are the conspirators. What is the present conflict? What is going on in Israel, taking Gaza, Palestine? All those things, those conflicts are because of our own act. Who are those people? The British colonization. We are simply saying that now we are bringing the humanity in mind. But initially, if you divide, rule, and you know that if I am able to divide with many split into many parts, there will be fight. If you divide in terms of religion, in terms of caste, there will be fight. I request everybody, same thing, to get into the Indian history, whoever is interested, probably. We need to refresh our history, world history. It is very important to understand the history, either it is the political history or history of science, so that the clarity of thoughts, clarity of understanding of the whole world will be clear. If I am wrong, probably one can question me that this is not at all correlated. 1905, your Bengal was divided by Lord Curzon, right? Lord Curzon divided Bengal into three parts: Bengal, Bihar, Odisha. It was unified Bengal. You know the reason for what purpose they have done and what reason they have given for splitting. It is not the reason what they have officially declared, they have told it is very easy to control certain things if you divide a big thing. So it is not a food material, a big apple or kind of big samosa that you want to eat it. So you split into small pieces and you try to eat it. It is not as simple like eating something. British has a greater role to play. They have ruled how many years across the globe? More than 1,500 years. Many countries they have ruled in the policy in the name of division only. Whatever division you want to say it, it is the divide and rule policy. Same way the class system in India till exists because of British. To rule this India, what they have done, all you know. They have tried to give education to the Brahmin community. The Brahmin community got education, and they are now Rai Chaudhuri, Rai Bahadur, all those upadhis they have given. Those things are part of the history. Similarly, the partition of Bengal is part of the history. Partition of India in 1947 is part of the history. I am not blaming Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, or Lord Mountbatten. They are the conspirators. Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi is the mouthpiece of partition of India. Muhammad Ali Jinnah is being fooled probably by the big brain so-called intellectuals from the British regime, because British has to depute big minds to rule this country. It's running a business because British came in 16th century as a what? As a business. The East India Company, right? If they have come for East India Company, they felt that India is not a poor country once they entered into Calcutta. They started to spread. It's like a disease. You attack some place and try to spill over the entire body. So they have done the same tactic how to rule the country. They knew what are the people, what are the minds they want to select it, and accordingly they have selected this very calculated way. These are all facts in the history. You cannot tamper it, you cannot deviate it. Even though there are many attempts to tamper the history, a lot of paid historians, they have told to write the way they want to have the history rewritten. Now, what I am trying to say is time has come to rewrite the history, rewrite the freedom movement, and to identify who are the real culprits of partition of India. Again, I am telling it is not the Muhammad Ali Jinnah, not Jawaharlal Nehru, not Gandhiji who are responsible for partition of India. Probably British have tried to put or pressure some lucrative thing. Look, if you are splitting into two parts, you are going to get this benefit, and they have tempted towards this thing. Whereas if you see Subhash Chandra Bose, he was fighting Second World War time. His aim was to unify India. How in Congress, which is established in many years back, this is the platform probably the Congress has developed. Whoever is interested to fight the freedom movement, everybody should join, and everybody has joined. It is not a political organization. It's a platform for movement against the British, starting from Alan Octavian Hugh to till date, whoever the Congress president today. Now the Congress president, now present day, the same Congress, after independence, it was told that Congress, Indian National Congress should be dissolved. That is the wish of Mahatma Gandhi. This is again the part of the history. But nobody wants to dissolve it. People talk about till the same National Congress. Now this is split into 100 parts. In the Congress, XYZ Congress, you know the history of Congress. That is known. I am not again getting into that debate. This Congress and the time they have fought for the freedom, that Congress is totally different. How they have treated Subhash Chandra Bose, all you know, everything. In Tripuri Congress, you know the example. And they have put the candidate against Subhash Chandra Bose to fight the election. Pattaviya Sitaramaya. Till Subhash Chandra Bose own it. Now, how they have manipulated. The manipulation of so-called Indian National Congress started exact here in Tripuri Congress. Please go back and refresh the history of science, or history of Indian history or Indian freedom history is very bitter. Nobody talks about those things. We are much more worried about to read about the Mughal periods. That has been taught to us to read Mughal period, what 400, 500 years they have done it. But we are not interested to know what is the real history of independence of India, who have done the contribution and who are the real culprits. So those culprits to be identified. It is a time. If you want to do the real social reform, to understand it, if you do not understand being as a doctor, you won't be able to be a successful doctor if you do not get into the problems from where it has been originating. The origin should be identified for the clarity purpose so that you can be a better logical person. My purpose of telling Dr. Conal Sarkar, you are a very respected person. We have been hearing your message in various news channels, TV channels. You are interviewing. So much respect we have. Please, sir, there are few things I want to tell you. We are Bahiragato because of the policies in Bengal for last 45, 50 years. Everybody would like to stay at their own home. They want to see their dying mothers. They want to have a suitable job in Bengal. Wherever, whatever capacity they have, they want to have job. Either it in the agriculture field or agriculture school, college, university, but where is job? You know it but very well that what kind of appointment, what kind of selection that is happening, what kind of panels, exam conducted, either in any standard, either it is primary or 10th or 12th standard or graduation, university, college. What about the recruitment? You know that without political affiliation, not a single person can be recruited. It is a whatever committee you decide for the selection, not because of your talent you get into that system. It is known to everybody, starting from vice chancellor to whoever you say. I can challenge. If you can say this person is selected on the basis of merit, I will bow down in front of you. But you do not have voice or courage to say in front of the 10 crores Bengal that those reforms are required. The political interference must be stopped. People should be not be recruited from the party office. Vice chancellor should not be recruited from the party office. It's a democracy. Everybody has got voice. If you want to see a better India or better Bengal for that matter, doesn't matter who is Bahiragato, who is non-Bahiragato. It matters at the end of the day how, which way they are contributing. If you go to IIT, all those entrepreneurship program, lot of people they are contributing, sitting in US, different countries, they have passed out from the institute, they are contributing. That time we don't have same to accept their money, that you are Bahiragato, we don't accept your money. Please, Dr. Conal Sarkar, please remember one thing. Please come out from your very, very shallow level of understanding of the society. I am very sure you are not speaking from the heart. Probably something is affecting that you are not able to speak from your heart. I do not know because I have not seen you, I have not studied you, I do not have any contact, but whatever your message content I could see, you are trying to touch few things, but you are not able to clearly say that where are the problems. Dr. Sarkar, I have very simple submission. Please get into the problem. You are the doctor. You are a successful doctor. Please, do you have a lot of respect for the doctors, for the society? So you have established a private hospital. Now, can you tell me one thing, that for COVID, how much money you have contributed? How much money the private, you are talking about the privatization of hospitals, the money, what you want to charge, how much money you charge for the COVID patient, what are the benefits you are giving for the poor, how much your personal money that you have given from your side to check. We talk about the society. Society doesn't mean it is you, the small people, poor people. You can easily say that is a migrant laborer, is a laborer, he is coming to his own motherland because he is a small piece of land over here. He wants to cultivate, he wants to live. You say they are the Bahiragato. They have every right to come to their own motherland and do whatever want to do. The way you have every right to do whatever hospital you are running, you are trying to serve the humanity, it is fine. As a small person, probably they have a small right to serve their own home, to serve their own mothers, brothers, sisters, their relatives. Please remember one thing. We talked about many things. Let me talk about other things also. We talk about the development in Bengal. What kind of development that is happened in Bengal? You are the very intellectual citizen in Bengal. Have you protested or have you raised your concern that those kind of things are required for the development of Bengal? Have you sent any time any proposal or draft proposal to the Bengal government? either it is in the communist regime or present regime or previous Congress regime last 50 years, because I could see your life. You are above 65, 70, probably 75. I do have respect for you for many issues, but 75 years, if you are not able to raise your voice or concern, when, sir, you are going to raise your voice? Can you tell me? If you cannot, please don't go to the intellectual conference and raise and concern, talk about what government is doing. Government is nothing but you, me, and everybody's contribution. Don't show the constitution. Don't talk about NRC, what government is doing their best way to capable to get it from the mess what is happening. State is also has got role to play. Each state they have role to contribute. What Bengal government has done after COVID, apart from making barriers, it is very easy to say that you be at home. You can put a simple circular that state government is telling not to come out from the home. They are not worried about what you do inside home. You die, there is a sunsan guard or burning guard, they will take you. But they are not worried about your life. Their common man people life are in danger. So, but your life must be very safe. That's why I'm asking you what contribution you have made. You might have a lot of money. You have capability to serve the people. That's why I'm asking you what you have done. I am a simple ordinary person living in Mumbai. I run a small organization. Last 14 months, I am paying salary to my engineers without any work. I know my concern, my emotion, my heart goes to those people that I have to help them. Without work, I am paying. I am giving them shelter. I am giving a lot of shelter in my guest house. There are many companies who are jobless. They are staying free of cost. I am paying electricity bill, water, internet, all the facilities for those people who are staying. Sir, I don't have money. What I do, I am not able to go home. I've been doing it for last 15 months. I want to know, being as a small person, if I can contribute. If individual cannot contribute with their capacity, then there is no way one can speak or talk about all those things. Please, otherwise, be silent. Let us leave the common people happily. Let us die happily. And let us go to heaven happily. Because this present government is telling they are going to give you money. If you die also, they are going to give you money. Let us wait for that money, go to heaven and enjoy that money. Please read the manifesto, the speeches given by the present Bengal government. Please, Dr. Kunal Sarkar, I am again requesting you. We talk about Ratan Tata, all those companies there, the bourgeois. You know the history of Tata Nano well. Where is your intellectual capabilities that time? Have you talked about the nano plants should be established in Bengal for the people of Bengal, so that at least you could have seen 5 lakh, 6 lakh job? And now they are Bohiragato student. Because they are Bohiragato because the simple reason they are from a very poor background. They have little money to have their education. That much they have. Beyond that, they don't have anything. They have parents at home. They are also jobless. Either they are in the field of agriculture, some are doing fishing, some are doing small clerical job. Not everybody is affluent and they can be afford to be there. That's why they are moving out. And Tata Nano, what is that Tata Nano is all about? You know what is the fate of the Tata Nano? Ratan Tata was thrown out from the Bengal, and new regime, that is political establishment, that entered into Bengal with a hope that there will be changes. Whatever the changes that has happened last 10 years, now the same political system is voted in power. Now whatever promises is given, I request you make sure all these things is being implemented. If not implemented, please you raise your voice. I request this Chandril Bhattacharya and you, all those people, Subodh Sarkar, Joy Goswami, whom I know personally, this intellectual, we have interaction. You have got a lot of prize with your creative literature. You do not have protested what is going on. You have been supporting CA, NRC, and all those things. Those things are good because you believe certain philosophy that those things are bad. I do not have any question towards that. But what about the people who are living in Bengal? What about the development? Whatever the basic education needs is required for the Bengal? What is your say? Now the same Ratan Tata is coming back to Bengal and helping those people with oxygen cylinder, mask, and medicine. Now you do not have the problem. They are not the Bohiragato. Now different people are paying money to Bengal people who are staying outside. They are not Bohiragato. All those things are very welcome. So who is Bohiragato clan? You please explain who is Bohiragato in your terminology. Can you ask somebody, whoever is talking about the Bohiragato, whether they have the courtesy to tell that those are the people are coming under Bohiragato bracket or those are the people are not coming under the Bohiragato bracket? Please, sir, this is my submission that finally we fought the election, new government is in place. So there are few questions. How many months? For 50 days we fought the bitter battle of election to establish the democracy or a democratically elected government who can run this government for another 5 years. I do not have any problem whoever party is winning or losing, doesn't matter, because I am not affiliated to any political establishment. I have a very simple question to ask you all Bengal intellectual people. Please answer me if possible. I will be ready to listen to sharpen my intellectual capabilities, and I will bow down in front of Bengal people that I am wrong by saying such things. Let me come back to the other points. Let me come back with hardcore data. At present day, 14th May, the data shows Bengal is having 10,50,000 COVID patient. Out of that, your 9 lakhs is recovered. Total death is close to 2.22 lakhs. In Maharashtra, total COVID patient close to 52 lakhs, 42 lakhs recovered, 78,000 death. Karnataka, 52.5 lakhs COVID patient, 14.4 lakhs recovered, close to 20 lakhs people died. This is what the present statistics of the total COVID in comparison to, if I talk about the global statistics, that will be very, very alarming, I believe. Let me represent that data in front of all. This is the India statistics. I'll give you the global statistics too. India total COVID patient is 2.37 crores. Total death is close to 2.58 lakhs. In US, COVID patients is close to 3.30 crores. Out of that, how many people they have recovered? 13.7 crores. Total 5,84,000 people died. The Brazil, 1.5 crore COVID patient died, close to 14.1 lakhs. France, 58.4 lakhs COVID patient died, 1.70 lakhs. Now, when you are comparing statistical data, if you are providing, please be aware the population dynamics. What is the population of India and what is the population of US and what is the population of Brazil and what is the population of France? You must be knowing before presenting those data. It is very important to know that if you calculate in terms of population, India's COVID patient and also recovery rate is much more better than any other country. If you compare with US is a country, all you know, the economy, it cannot be compared with India. You cannot compare the economy of France with India till we are able to do whatever best possible way. Please respect that whoever is doing, only not to bashing that nothing is happening. You cannot have a statistical data presentation if your baseline, what is the population dynamics, is there at the back. If you compare, India is having close to 140 crore official people. Now unofficially, you know, you load another 10%, it is India. So please, I request whoever is talking that government is doing anything, please help them. You are also the citizen of India. your help is important, either your physical contribution or financial contribution or whatever expertise you have. If you are from any profession, either medical, if you are doctor, if you are nurse, please give voluntarily something, not thinking about the money. It's a time to contribute. Please, those kind of politics, request everybody not to play. Now, what is happening across India? There is not much more COVID hospital. Now, the private hospital is being converted into the COVID hospital. We talk about the privatization, it is not there. Where are those people talk against this privatization? Where are those communists? Please note, those are the people. Now, if you are affected, whole community is affected, your treatment will be coming from this side. Now, if you go to Delhi, I have prepared a long video about how Delhi government, their double standard of running this state. It's like, no, it's a full hypocrisy. I have a lot of respect for IITians, but these IITians, when converted into a politician, what things he's doing, all are in the public domain. I request everybody, please, 2021, when government of India with their Pradhan Mantri scheme has allocated close to 1,60,000 crores money for allocation of oxygen plant. How many plants that is established last 1 year? Can anybody explain? Can anybody has explanation? Can Bengal tell that how many plants they have established? Can Delhi government say this is the number of plants, this is the allocation we have successfully done in 1 year? Nothing, absolutely. It is only talking. It is like fooling around with words, with goody words, advertisement. I made a long video of Delhi Chief Minister not calling by name. He has spent 3 months 150 crores for advertisement. He's been awarded many prize. He has got it. He has got very fantastic, tremendous record. He moved to Anna Hazare movement and all this video. If anybody is interested, probably they can get into that part. How this man is totally changed, and he sometimes what he speaks from his mind or from the heart, it is very not able to understand. That is very amazing thing. I was talking about that part. What is a political philosophy or personal philosophy? If I am personally good, and why I enter into the politics with the same profits or same promise that I want to change all these things, but how people can change suddenly and change the color? That is what my question. It is also a more than 1 hour video. Probably one can get into what I have spoken about. Please, it is not the time of blaming. You can blame this to that. Somebody is telling state, it is the state responsibility, center's responsibility, all responsibility is there, as if the whole India's all responsibility related to medical will be decided by the center. But what about your infrastructure, your medical facilities? What about common oxygen supply and other things, basic things, what you were not able to provide? What is going to happen? What state, what center is going to do for 29, 30 states, all union territories, whole India, they have to take care. They have also another political affairs. There are many issues. They have to handle the economy. It is not they are only working on COVID. Until or unless our civil society includes everybody, whoever in their profession, with their capabilities or understanding, they cannot sacrifice their time, sacrificing their working days, helping the poor, whatever help is required, either it is with money, medical facilities and everything, that should be taken up. I was talking about, I was not in favor of giving free vaccine. I am totally against the freebies. This freebies culture has to be stopped. For that purpose, I have also written a big blog, made a big video that why freebies is not a good idea. I have analyzed the macro economics, how the economics works. Until or unless we don't understand the basic of the economics, how an economy can function, how a sustainable economy can be developed, whatever government promise are giving or given till date, all are in air. All those things is not been executed. Even some government or some political, some state is promising 100 things. Out of that, after 5 years, even 5% work is not been completed. Why there is no questioning? You promise everything, promise 1 to Z. You promise that after death also some government is going to take care of your life. So what about when I am alive? What you are providing to me, that is important. Please don't give the common people when they go to heaven, because heaven is a nice place, is a beautiful place. There are many nice people. They are saying they are there. Everybody is there to take care. All Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, all Lakshmi, Saraswati, everybody is living. They are goddess of all those things. They are very wealthy and rich. They can take care the people from the earth. I have been writing poetry. I have so much poetry. In this Corona time, I have written many blogs, many poetries. I have tried to raise my voice. Until or unless we bring down the reality, we don't zoom down the reality, what is the possibilities. We cannot talk very philosophical way of telling whatever you want to speak. Until or unless any promise is given by any government, either it is freebies or I don't mind. India will be very happy, everybody is free. Bengal will be very happy, 10 crore people are free. Without any work, they get all benefits. But the question to be asked, that how, which way, that counter question should be asked. Whoever is speaking, that question should be asked and answerable. If his answer is not coming, then probably you need to understand the story behind this thing. Those hopes are good, because of hope you are living. But because of hope, you cannot survive for 2 days without food, right? For that matter, you have to have supply of oxygen, supply of food, supply of medicine if required when you are sick. That is the reality. For that purpose, when I talk all those things, all philosophical things, if I go home and talk goody goody about everything, society and all, if I am not able to give a 1 kilo rice or a half kilo dal to my family, my father, my wife, my kid will tell you are talking nonsense. This is my simple submission, which I trying to tell you. Promising unwanted thing, unjustifiable thing is not welcome. That kills somebody's intellectual capabilities, the understanding that what somebody is promising, whether it has gotten relevance or reality or not, without judging anything. We are the fool people. I can utterly say that we are fool people. Our mind is totally worst, and we give vote and elect a government. And after that 5 years, we forget whatever promise they have given. We come back to the normal state. Again, there is an election process. I have written in my blog a big video that how entire electoral process can be changed. You need a mind to do that. It's very simple. If a banking system can be reformed, how nowadays in computerization, internet access everywhere, you can have a complete networking of 1 crore, 1.40 crores people. Their election process can be conducted easily. Either it is center election, state or panchayat election, it can be done very easily. It is also again 1 hour video. If anybody is interested, probably one can look. Why I am telling all those things? It's a time has come for a reform. Until or unless we take the matter, each matter. What is a democratical government? Democratical government is nothing but is we the people who have formed the government, we the people who have selected the government, either say chief minister, prime minister, finance minister, defense minister, agriculture minister, all those ministers, it is our representative. It is, they are all coming from the system. We are selecting them. That's why they are doing it. They have liberty. They have liberty to do that. That is what they are in power. The question remain unanswered until or unless there is a civil society also backing up. There must be something dialogue from the civil society. Give advices to the state government. Each state government or central government should fix a panel with intellectual. Either you take up any subject that you want to have economical development, how this can be done, what are the plans you want to bring. If you want to have in the pharmaceutical or medical educational system, there are many intellectuals. India is full of intellectual. We are so proud. There are so many Nobel laureates. They have come from India. I'll come back to you about the Nobel laureates and other things. My simple point is, It is not the Nobel laureates only has the wisdom to speak whatever they want to speak. The civil society, there are good minds, they can also speak without getting Nobel Prize or without not coming from Stanford, Oxford or Cambridge University. They can also speak. It is not required that you have to have from MIT degree. You can speak from your heart sitting in India, because at the end of the day, those degrees who are having the degree phobia, they might be thinking that degree is important. But God has created you. They have given you wisdom to think. Buddha has not got a degree from MIT or Stanford University, right? Vivekananda has not got any degree from California University or Caltech, whatever you say it. They are the product because they have come out from their wisdom. They have understood what is humanity is all about, what to serve. Subhash Chandra Bose is the first person probably. He has left everything probably. He is a brilliant person from the Presidency College. The first person who can clear the IAS, topping all those job. He has left it. He has started to sacrifice his life to do something. You know the fate of the history is we don't recognize the right people who are the real talent. That's why everybody, I feel to talk about Subhash Chandra Bose. I have spoken about Subhash Chandra Bose in many blogs. I have written about the Subhash Chandra Bose, how history has fooled, how that time political system has fooled Subhash Chandra Bose not to become the Prime Minister of India, saying that this fellow, in today's term, he is also Bahiragata. In today's term, all the Nobel laureate who is sitting in US, starting from whoever you want to name, Amartya Sen, Abhijit, Dr. Abhijit, he is also Bahiragata. They are all citizens of America, only for namesake they are Indian citizens. I'll talk about their work. I'll talk about their work in details. We are Bengalis so proud about that they are the Nobel laureate and they have the wisdom to speak everything. Honestly speaking, we are living in a very hypocritical world. I have read the history of science. I have read Alfred Nobel. I have prepared 1 hour 30 minutes video. Who is Alfred Nobel? What is the Nobel Foundation? What are the subjects that has been taken to give Nobel Prize? How the deviation that has been taken and given economics coming into the picture. Economic science is not included in the actual memorandum of will paper of Alfred Nobel. He has given, I am deviating because how hypocritical we are, I am trying to prove that. How proud we are that we say those are the Nobel laureates. Actually, nobody is Nobel laureate. If you go check their website, it is clearly mentioned they are not the Nobel laureates at all. They got the prize in 1969. Before that, when Alfred Nobel signed the will around 1895, whatever wealth he has generated from his technology, he got 355 patents. Can you imagine today that one scientist is having, an innovator is having 355 patents? And this gentleman, born in 1832, he worked hard from Sweden. He worked hard, rest of your life, he has done innovation. 355 patents to save his technology, to safeguard his technology. He is a dynamite man. He has earned close to, in that time, at his older age, he has accumulated close to 300 million US dollar. So when you want to die, he has realized what is going to happen with the money. Money is a piece of paper, because in heaven, money is not allowed. There is no bank. Even today we are talking about that we want to give money after death. Probably Alfred Nobel has realized in 1895 that money is useless in this world. As long as you are alive in this world, this money is going to help you. How much worth money you want to keep for your next generation? What Alfred Nobel has done, he has donated his 94% of the total asset to create a Nobel Foundation. His idea that 94% of this total revenue, what wealth he had that time, that should be deposited in the name of Nobel Foundation. There will be committee who is going to select it, and it will be a private entity. All those, his vision and everything is documented Anybody can go and see the will paper. Anybody can see the Nobel Foundation, who are the chairman, who is doing what, how it's work like a private organization. So, friends, what I am trying to tell you, this is also private organization. Tata is also private organization. Dr. Ratan Tata is also doing philanthropic job. He is not the richest man in this world. Bill Gates also, he is the richest man in this world. But if you see the most of the charity, what he is doing for the society. So, friends, what I am trying to tell you, the contribution from those sectors, the scientists, what they have contributed, it is enormous. I'm coming back to the Alfred Nobel. Alfred Nobel, what he has told, he has given only 5 subjects priority in his field who is be getting Nobel Prize. What are those 5 subjects? Physics, chemistry, physiology, that includes medicine and other biological science, then literature and peace. No way he has mentioned that economical science will be given or priorities to give a Nobel Prize, because economics is not a science we have derived. This is a science. Economics, everybody is economist. I don't feel that everybody understand. If you read few books, you cannot be will be better logical economist. But everybody has got economy in their mind. They know how to lead their life. Everybody knows it, the economics fundamental things, they know it. Everybody knows how to develop a better society, that economic principles are there. I have gone through the entire history of Nobel Prize winner, close to 800 scientists. I have reviewed the kind of work I have done. I do not have anything to talk about the scientific contribution made in time to time, last 100 years from 1901 to till date. Whoever has got Nobel Prize, they have every right. Their work is as good as, like, it has helped in many ways to develop or build the humanity. Say, for example, everybody, you say Einstein or double DNA helix, Watson and Crick, Haragobind Khurana, physics. If you go the entire thing, Madame Curie, everybody, they got Nobel Prize. It has got discovery of X-ray, astrophysics. There are many scientists, they got Nobel Prize, starting from Heisenberg. All those scientists, they have contributed in various ways for the scientific development, and they should be respected. What about the other things? Literature field is fine, peace is fine, Nelson Mandela got Nobel Prize, it's fine, Mother Teresa got Nobel Prize, it is fine. There is no absolutely, you can quantify the work. But what about so-called Nobel Prize, what we are so proud about, the economical science? I will come back to that. Since I am from Bengal, let me tell you, every time I've been hearing all the message that center is not giving proper treatment to Bengal, whatever money is required, they are not giving. Those are very false and fabricated things, that what I feel. The money has been allocated and that been used for various application, various development purpose, and only the name has been changed, that is for sure. Probably one can go and see, and one can ask down the line, ask the common people, or ask from where this money is coming. Let us have a very serious discussion, statistical analysis, that what is the center money that is given, wherever it is been spent, those data are available. Why Bengal is every time is telling the same story? Now they are talking about help, 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 please help us. No oxygen plant developed when government has allocated some money. If not executed, how many letters they have sent the center that you allocate this money, if money is not being given, what kind of pressure they have done? Probably those things to be brought into public domain. It is all are in public service. Either it is a chief minister, doctor, engineer, whoever is working for the government system, everybody is accountable. It is the public money they are spending. It is not the private money they are spending. There must be some clarity when you are doing all kind of exercise. There should be fair play in the name of democracy, or in the name of, if somebody is depriving, not giving money and all those things, those are not accepted. If it is not given, one should put the right protest that those are the places you have not allocated money, and government center will have the clarification. If not given, Probably for what purpose not given, those things can be debated. But simply telling all those things, the common people can be fooled this way. It is you believe we are a emotionally driven people. We are emotionally driven people. The Mahatma Gandhi, the way they have done it, emotionally played it, and like no partition of India, given Jawaharlal Nehru the soft corner, you take India is your property. So this is what exactly done. Emotion has got no role in politics. We have to learn from Israel. Lot of people, lot of my communist friend is talking about Israel. They're a bad country. Please go back to the history. That's why I am talking about read history. History is going to give you, because those are the facts, figures, everything is there. That is going to give you much more relation, much more understanding, much more clarity of the political atmosphere, what is happening. I told you very openly, very honestly, all those things. See the creation of Palestine, creation of Gaza, creation of Israel, all things are done by the British mind. British minds, they're the white people. They know how to rule the world. They know that tactics also. If they divide and rule another 100 years, they will keep on fighting. The common people are going to fight because they do not enter into the depth of the subject. That is the problem. That's why we are the intellectual class, political class. We are much more intelligent, much more qualified, much more sensible. We can understand that what is going to happen. One can clearly close the eyes. I can talk about 100 years before that. That is the part of history. One can analyze it, draw some calculation. It is your analytical power, your understanding, how much you know about the history, that is going to talk about the future. One can predict what is going to happen another 100 years, which direction this world is moving. It's a biological war. Let me tell you again, think this is a biological war. If one field is saturated, then another field we try to attract them. Globally, there are many universities. I have visited many countries like UK, Germany. Their university, they do not have the mathematics department. They feel they're the non-productive. Mathematics is a subject, it is not required. They have closed down the department. Now they have brought down to few department, which is applied part. They want to have the applied thing. Probably from there they want to do some kind of productive thing. Friends, what I am trying to tell over here, globally everybody is thinking, everybody is doing, everybody is listening what we are doing. But the people who are into different position, different place, Nobel laureates, we respect them, their work, their credibility, we appreciate them. But when a nation, the whole universe is suffering, they have a lot of role to play over here. I have simple submission. This political game blaming, it should be stopped for place like India. Same India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, there is always such kind of low level of politics. It goes beyond certain things. I have been hearing, this video uploaded with lot of songs, drama, and all those things, slogans. Those slogans are manufactured. It's a manufacture. You are feeding the society. This is what exactly. And a song is written, people are dancing, not accepting or appreciating what is the political party, what are their agenda, what work they are going to do. They are not worried about how the lyrical meaning of the song and how nicely this is composed, what kind of thematic area they have decided, who is singing, and all those things. Those are the priority. Friends, after election, all those songs will go. They will all be part of the history. But if you want to survive in the same society, it is very important. It is very, very important. You should be logical. Your mind should not be diverted. You should analyze what are the things going on. I wondered sometime a political party is recruiting a consultant who can tell and who can define the agenda of the society, and agenda, slogan, everything is be decided by this party, and crores of rupees that can be given, and this person is being treated as a very intellectual. I am not naming anybody, but what is this all about? If I am a leader, imagine a situation. Has anybody has come to Subhash Chandra Bose What would be his vision for India? He is a small kid passed out from the presidency college. He cleared IAS, the topmost rank. He has got the wisdom and vision that how the India, which is under British rule, can be freed. He planned, he executed his plan. For whatever reason, because of the Second World War, he cannot give the successful shape of this country what he wants it to be. But I'm 100% sure his political vision, how after independence, the India, I am talking about the India means not the India today, the unified India, his vision, his development agenda, one can really visit. Those are the political leaders should be brought into public domain. Those are the visions probably brought into public domain. And this curriculum, there, whatever he talked about the India's development, one should revisit Dr. Subhash Chandra Bose's work and vision, his fight for the motherland. This is quite amazing. There could be a nice film there could be not one film, there could be hundreds of films with this great heroics what he has done for the society. But history is forgetting all those things very deliberate way, very calculative way. All those great people's name has been eliminated, they are sidelined. This is the saddest story of India. Even for the Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, Vivekananda, you think of Vivekananda. This fellow died at the age of 39. Can you imagine? People are living for 100 years. He could complete his vision for India at the age of 39. This fellow gone at the age of 39. Dr. Ramanujan Srinivasan, the great mathematician, he died at the age of 32. It is not that important how many years you live in this earth, how much things you want to consume and eat in this earth. What is more important? What is the productivity you have given for the society? Till date, that's why we remember all those great personalities. We should rewrite the history. I have been telling this thing with my blogs, with my videos. We have to rewrite the history. That is more important. Until or unless we give who are the real people for the society, who really fought for freedom movement, what is their contribution. If you are not critically able to analyze it, then we are at the wrong place. If you are able to promote only the wrong people at the right place, the wrong people are going to spoil the whole thing. Our entire political system, I will come back to you, how we are totally in mess. Friends, what I am trying to again tell you, the political system, either state or center, should not be in the blame game. We are all citizens of India. There is no Bahiragato. Only state is the boundary. We talk about the boundary. It is there, very much there. Everybody has got in Europe. People see, I have been visited Europe. People from Germany to Switzerland to many places they visit. There is absolutely no problem. They can work. There is no permit is required except UK, because UK has got a lot of restriction. You know the reason also. They have not accepted the currency. They have their own currency. So the European Union, you know it, how European Union, or if you want to go to Europe, you have to have separate passport for UK and all the countries, Schengen countries, what you say it. You can go to Finland, you can go to the best education system. I have visited Finland. I have seen how their education system works. We are not able to accept their education system. Go to many countries, they have their good system. Try to pick up whatever things are good, what is required for the development of the society, how the kids can be nurtured, how the education system. Still we are believing whatever is written around 70 years back, same education system we are continuing. We need to change the mindset up. You have to think beyond certain things. Until or unless somebody is collectively sitting, all those civil minds, good minds are not sitting and discussing, not accept the Switzerland policy, how the civilians, common people, they are participating in democracy. Our democracy is different. Once you are elected, you think you are the king and you can rule the country for 5 years the way you need it. That is fine, absolutely. But have the moral or logical sense that what you are committing or what are the agendas as you are taking for development of this country. That is more important. It is irrelevant how you good about it's yourself. That is not important. I have seen in Europe many countries the prime minister of certain countries they come by cycle. I have seen in UK how ministers they come by normal train. How the professor I have seen in Cambridge, I have seen in many universities like University of Sussex, how the people are so simple, they are dedicated for their work, how they are developing the entrepreneurship to do something, whatever scientific work they have done, whether any product can be developed. Where are those initiatives in India, in a university? You talk about the JNU, ISC Bangalore, all those TIFR, you say anybody like, no. Where is the technology, ICR system, DST, CSIR? People are coming, but there are many ways that you need to look into clearly because you have the huge resources. I'll come back to you. My agenda, my vision of India, how I want to see India for another 100 years or within 15 years, if you take the collective responsibility to see the better India, there could be miracle. Everybody has got the vision. Being as a citizen of India, I have the vision of India, how it looked like. Subhash Chandra Bose has got the vision. He knows what are the things he wants to do it. Without vision or without aim, life is useless. You have to have vision. Either anybody, a farmer has got the vision because he knows even I am having 1 acre land, I know this much production is there, so I am going to get this much money. For that matter, I need to have seed, good varieties of seed, good varieties of pesticides, good water, so that he tries to grow crops, and out of that he can earn money. That is what his vision. Everybody has got vision in their own level. Don't think that only the wisdom or knowledge, understanding you have because somebody is sitting in Stanford, London, or UK, some good university got Nobel Prize or some Peace Prize and all those things. Everybody understand what is Peace Prize, what is Nobel Prize. As I have told you, this Nature journal, scientific journal, all those journal now they are not doing their right job. They are all biased for simple reason. They are not doing the right science. They are motivated by certain things and they are trying to publish and trying to fool the people of the globe that for that matter the COVID virus is a natural virus, not artificial virus. You cannot draw the conclusion with 15 days visit. It's kind of a honeymoon trip and you go and say that I have seen everything and everything is fine. A BBC team is not is going what capability BBC team or any news channel has got to see what activities they are doing. If science is so simple, anybody can go and watch. It requires a lot of knowledge and understanding. If Einstein can be fooled and one can go through his regret after Second World War, how Einstein is not, Oppenheimer is not entered into further atomic energy research for hydrogen bomb project. They have clearly regretted. The history knows that how they are sidelined. Definitely, they are the great man. They should be respected for the work, but they are being fooled. After that, they have got their own realization. The great Oppenheimer statement, the blood in my hand, when he saw the Hiroshima and Nagasaki is totally charged, his heart, he was crying like a baby. He's reading Bhagavad Gita. Please go back, read the history. That history teaches you how to become an honest man, how to become a normal civilized man, not a biased person. History is going to teach you all those things, nothing else. That's why you want to read the history of science. Knowledge is power. This power and wisdom, it cannot be diverted by the small political thing. One should be very, very open and honest. One should be vocal about the whole thing. Friends, my purpose of telling all those things not to criticize the government. We got the freedom in 1947 with so much blood, so much energy, so much freedom movement. There are historians, all they have written, all documented things. One can go and read all those things. But after independence, same Jomindar system, same Gandhi we've been seeing, same Congress party, generation after generation, you see the same people are being selected as a Congress president. What about the wisdom of Mahatma Gandhi when he told that this Congress party to be dissolved? Where is the respect? There is no respect for Mahatma Gandhi. We talk about the Mahatma Gandhi. We are doing business in the name of Mahatma Gandhi. We are not a single political entity there following the Mahatma Gandhi except few. What is more important? It is not giving a garland to a big leader. What is more important? Try to learn what they have talked about. What is their philosophy about the peace? What about the philosophy of a thinking of a India which is more beautiful? We are not following that. This political system is totally doing the opposite thing. Friends, I'll come back to you with my another vision. I want to tell to the people of India, whoever is listening. Again, personally, in my capacity, I have been speaking. I am speaking from my heart. The reason being very simple, because my family members are under tremendous pressure. I am being pressured. I don't know others are pressured. Not. I love my parents. I love my relative. I love my brothers and sisters. When I see a small kid of 6 years is being found it's a COVID positive. It hurts me. I see at home I have similar kid. I'm afraid to send her outside. I'm afraid to send my wife outside. I'm afraid to send my father outside. I have obvious right to know that what are the reasons why this is coming. Being as a biology student, I have obvious reason to know that this virus cannot be created naturally. It cannot happen. This virus is living not today. It is not generated 2016, even though it is not been documented in the theory of evolution, because that time the theory of evolution, the person whoever has written about the theory of evolution, I was talking about the theory of evolution, that is the Charles Darwin. I have made a video how theory of evolution, and that is with comparing to the economy. It's a science and economy, how you can correlate that. I have tried to give more than 75 minutes video with some evidence how this can be implemented. Now the question is, I was talking about a very important thing, that in theory of evolution the virus is not there because the microscope, discovery of microscope, it is a microscopic object. Darwin is not aware about this thing, but later on this thing came into the picture. But this is all existed. This virus was very much there. So as a biology student, it is known very much how many varieties are there, or how many species, subspecies of there in COVID, and it is never ever used to infect the human body. It is used to live with the animals. So how this Wuhan theory came, fish market, all those things came into the picture. I've been talking this story because I am very much annoyed about the whole scientific world, how this Wuhan, when you suspect certain things, please, better we need to concentrate on certain things. We understand and get into the deeper of this problem, how these things had happened, what is the reality. There could be, otherwise there could be much more death, or much more better damage is going to happen. That is what we need to check it. Otherwise it will be difficult for us to believe, the common people, that it is natural. This natural theory, how long we can do that. Now because of the biotechnology, it is obvious you can manufacture anything. If there is a hybrid potato, tomato, you can develop an embryo artificially. You know all the human genome project, what had happened after 1969, how the biotechnology taken into shape, how it went to the molecular level, how the biological system can be tampered, this plasmid, foreign DNA. There are many things. That is a subject, that is a vast subject to understand. Only being as a biology student, my simple submission is, anything and everything is possible. Science can be used whichever way you want to use it, and history has shown us the evidence that can be manipulated and tampered in many ways for destruction of humanity. This is a lesson that we want to learn. We should learn there is no more second world war, third world war, or anything. That is the submission of great personalities, great Nobel laureates, and all those people. They are thinking, they are afraid that if it is being misused, it should be used for the human betterment, for medical, for electricity generation, power generation, for medical. You use all these uranium resources, that is for the benefit of all across the line humanity. Even the animal world can be served. Those are the greater responsibility challenges we have in front of world. How the population, it is 740 crores, now we are expecting by 2050 your population will be doubled. How you are going to control the economy, education, shelter, all the facilities to live as a normal people. That facilities, that each country should take all the responsibility. This is my submission to the global world. All the intellectuals, all the leaders, if they don't come and sit together and discuss for the future better world, it will be a mess. I can assure you, I can tell you, if I close my eyes, I can see the world, how, in which direction it is moving. Around 27 years back, I have predicted the same thing in my poetry. Again, I am telling this thing, it is all documented thing, that when I read the microbiology, virology, and all those things, I was thinking that if any war is coming, this will be the biological war, and that time nobody will be able to stop, or nobody will be able to understand who is doing all those things. The transparency is very, very important. I was not knowing that time that who is going to bail the cat. I have made my video of how the hundred years history of science is is a result of, in different time zone, how it is resulted to coronavirus, like a biological warfare that is going it. It is not a very simplistic analysis that we are all, everybody is infecting COVID and they need treatment and everybody should be mass vaccinated. Until unless we get into the deeper of the problem and origin, we don't understand the origin. Logically, we conclude and try to stop that part. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. We need to understand the political minds, as I have told you. In Russia, the history of communism one should read. I was referring the First World War, why the development of Russia from Tsar to communism it came. Who is benefited? Russia, right? Second World War, who is benefited? America, at the cost of Manhattan Project, developing atom bomb, spending trillions of dollars, then hydrogen bomb. 60, 70 years, America, they have kept their economy at the top of the list. They are the richest country. Now, Gulf War time, I told you anthrax. It's indirectly you are attacking any democratic country, or either they have monarchy or single rule person. Nobody has got business to know, or it is their country, their internal matter. If king is there, they are happy with this thing. In UK also, you have a prime minister, you have a king. We don't question that for what purpose this king is sitting and public money is being spent for that king. We never ever ask the question. Why? Because we are civilized. We know this is what it is. Please ask question. Please ask your wisdom, that whether we are asking the right question or wrong question. I am just giving two examples. I want all intellectuals to understand what went wrong with Saddam Hussein, whether he used to sit in his golden house or not. How does it matter to anybody's thing? What in UK? I have visited UK. I have seen the king's place. And how much money it has been spent when king goes, queen goes. How much money spent for the public money? Nobody question. There is a prime minister. It is their internal affair and love. They want to keep somebody as a king or queen. For that matter, whoever it might be, it is their matter. Now, if any country is thinking, no, this king is not required or this queen is not required, let us remove it. Can anybody do it? No, that time we are going to sow. No, no, it cannot be done. It's a part of their internal matter. So internal matter is shooting for one country and another country is shooting. How Gaddafi was eliminated, all we know. What kind of conflict we have India and Pakistan. We know what are the things happens. Any president is visiting India, he definitely goes via Pakistan. It is known. For what purpose? Because there is no direct flight from India to going to America. Can anybody teach me? No, nobody will be able to teach me because facts are known. Facts are very clear. The intentions are clear. They also want to have a fight between two countries as long as it is going in the name of democracy or whatever. So you keep on fighting. Those poor fellow keep on fighting at the cost of. Today we buy MiG 47. Next time you see Pakistan is taking loan from World Bank, taking loan from all those people. They are also buying. All those things are coming. We are spending trillions of money for to protect our border. People are talking about the humanity and all those things. Article 370 removal. What is wrong? If 70 years we could not do to bring Article Kashmir into the bracket of Indian democracy, if some government has done the right job, why not to appreciate? Why there is so halla gulla? I do not understand that part. What is wrong that the government has disturbed the humanity and all disturbed the democracy? They have taken away life for the common people. Nothing such has been done. There is no report. Absolutely fine what government is doing at the right path. It is very important to understand that one country, one law is very, very important and essential thing. If one country, one law is not there, it cannot be double standard. We are all citizens of India. That's why I told you my submission of better India is another thing I want to touch upon. I told you how the election reform can be done through automatic system, through voting process online. Imagine a situation how nice would be. That part I am coming back to greater India, better India. Once upon a time I used to know when I was a child, Dr. T.N. Session. I used to know, I used to have some information inside that Congress party is conducting election for India. Afterwards, when gradually I grow up, try to understand the history or try to understand what is the constitution. When I read constitution in 10th standard, I felt that there is something autonomous body called constitution, that is the election commission of India, that is the part of the constitution. They have the mandate. There is autonomous institute. They are conducting the election process. I'm happy to know that, but TN session till TL station, my perception of election process was totally different. This person came and changed the total dynamics of the election process. You need such kind of man who can change radically. Now we have removed manual to we have come to a ballot system, automatic system. Now it has to be completely automated online. I believe if you take the sample analysis out of 100 people, if they are voting, out of that 40-50 people will be everybody is having the mobile. Now if you connect it to do your PAN card, Aadhaar card, or whatever driving license with a OTP facilities, if you give 1 month time, there is a website for voting. All candidates can go online, give their speech, dialogue, and everything. Whatever election topics they want to make it, any election you take it, let them go online. One can check literally. The out of 100, if 40-50 people are able to give online, rest never ever happened that out of 100 people are giving vote. Another 70%, 80%, if I take another 30 people, they do not have the access to mobile. There could be some arrangement, kind of a booth or polling station with an observer kind of thing. They can go and give vote online. For that matter, what you need to do is do some cross correction, like no. So everybody should have PAN card, Aadhaar card, whatever valid documents are required for voting purpose, that can be given so that they will get the opportunity, maximum opportunity for voting. How much money we have been spending? We are spending close to 16 billion to 20 billion rupees to conduct $20 billion. I'm sorry to tell you, it is close to 1,20,000 crores to 1,50,000 crores to conduct election in India. Now imagine a situation 1,50,000 crore for state center election of install the government with so much manpower, energy, army, state, center, all officials, government, non-governmental, volunteers, polling booth, the kind of money we are spending, that is quite amazing to establish the democracy. What is this democracy all about? This can be simplified absolutely. Banking system, again I am telling you, banking system, many other facilities can be simplified. You can do NEFT, you can go to ATM center. You are not losing money, everything is stored. If you have a nice data bank, if Facebook, Google, everything can be run with a database, their data bank, everything is there. Have you ever seen that Facebook is failed? You are not able to access it. Have you ever seen Google has failed? No, because they have developed the system. If a private company can develop a system where they have billions of users, they can do it. They can have user ID, password, they can create their ID. Why not a country of 140 crores people cannot create a system where people can vote 1 month time you give, whichever time they get, they can go to the respective website, they can vote. The other people can also give a chance the way I have told you. Everything can be transferred. People should not go door to door and beg votes. If you are so honest that if you feel that 5 years you have given your time, energy, you have worked for the people, you don't need to go to the people's door and ask and promise certain things. People is going to, because everybody is not blind, all are very sensible people. Whether they are qualified or non-qualified, it doesn't matter, but everybody has a basic sense. If I am helping a dog, also dog understand and give acknowledgement that somebody has given me food, I should bow down. And dog does it, cats does it. I have lot of affiliation towards the cat animal world. I have done a lot of research. I have also made a lot of videos how the economics can work, microeconomics, macroeconomics, how I have written in a very clear cut way how a society can be made lethargic by giving freebies. A dog or a cat, if you feed them 24/7, make things available, how they should be paralyzed and they lose their basic instinct. At my home, I have 5 cats. They are living in my home for last 3 months. I've been feeding them. I have calculated the money I've been spending. This cat is simply sleeping 18 hours. They wait for me to come back home at night, 12 o'clock when I come back home. They literally come in front of me and beg for food. I have seen there are a lot of rats. They are living in my car parking garage. They don't eat. They play with those cats. They have lost their basic instinct. So in order to do that, what I have done, I have stopped not to feed food. 2 days I have just checked. I have seen the mother cat went out and killed some rat, killed some pigeon. Means gradually they have lost their sense that their basic instinct to kill certain animal in the biological system or how the animal world is living. That concept is there. Nobody is feeding the crores of animals living in this earth. They know how to lead their life. Only we are the human intellectuals. We are the people we are always afraid of. Even though you have the technology, knowledge, wisdom, freedom and everything, then we are in problem. I do not know what are the problem. We are not happy. We are not a happy society. Dogs, they smile. Cat, they smile. They acknowledge. All human, you see, having so much money, so much wealth, everything they have, till they are unhappy. I really do not know from where this unhappiness is coming to the picture. What made them so become unhappy? You are the most evolved intelligent species on earth. But please, you should use your mind, because knowledge is very powerful. You can use in a very destructive sense and constructive sense. You can get into very depression level and you can smile when you have problems. But one need to be very balanced, one need to be sensible, one need to understand the all consequences what is happening. That's why you need to open your eyes, not close your eyes, see the world what is happening, how the other living world is living in this world, they are surviving. Even though if you have everything, till you are not happy. What are those factors? Why this is coming? Have we forgotten the philosophy of life? Only we are driven by the materialistic world. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, you keep on multiplying to the power own. A bacteria is more happy than human, I can honestly tell you. They won't be able to express how happy they are by multiplying. But human world is much more unhappy, having all the facilities, having all the luxury in their life, irrespective of anything. There is a class. Obviously, in democracy, you cannot say somebody is rich, somebody is poor, somebody is middle class, somebody is fighting for food. Those are the things probably you need to understand or do the micro macroeconomics analysis why this is happening. Friends, what I am trying to tell over here, those are the things, those are the reason can be explained, and those reasons are very known to everybody. We are not we are not a society that we are not able to execute many things. Even our constitution has written many things, there are many amendments. What happened to the Land Reformation Act? I am asking all those Nobel laureates who are originated from India, they passed out from India, they are becoming now Bohiragato, sitting in the greatest university in their position, they got the Nobel Prize. I have a lot of regards and respect for them. They have written many papers, publication, and poverty elevation. Where is the theory? Where is their voice today? Why they are not speaking? If you have so much theory, so much thing to contribute for the society, let's government of India or government, any state government should implement and make a prototype. Let's take one principle, one Nobel laureate has done something XYZ for poverty elevation or microeconomics, macroeconomics, banking systems for that matter. I am not naming anybody over here. You have understood whom I am referring. Take up their things. If it is good, let us take a sample of, apply those things in a very kind of a state level or any kind of village level or whichever level. We do in research many things. We do not apply for mass. We do a prototype, then we try to do the upscaling job that you all know, whoever is the field of science. You make a laboratory model, then you pilot scale process tool, then you go in pharmaceutical company. This is a common fundamental thing. Either you develop the virus or you do the multiplication of bacteria, you need a bioreactor. You just cannot come and ask for a 10,000, 20,000, or 1 lakh liter of a bioreactor where you do the mass production. You have to standardize, you have to have culture, you have to strain for that purpose. You need a small system. Similar way, if I take the economics, if you for any development agenda, any theories are there that can be tested and tried in a small level. We are not doing, we are making our theory. After getting the prize, you forget it, put everything inside the almirah, you get 10 million Swiss currency, you are happy, and that money to be utilized. All those things, halla gulla and all those things. Finally, what had happened? You are invited to a different position, different capacity, you speak, and all those things speak, but doesn't happen. But economics is a foundation of any society. Friends, we say anything like a company, it can be run through a good accountant, chartered accountant. Those are the people, probably those are the backbone of the company. Like a product is your company, your engineers are important, your product is important. That's why you need good minds to develop a product. Similar way to run a company, you cannot have a very stereotype thing that everybody is selling potato and you want to sell potato and make business out of it. If a society has to run, you should know what is potato, what is gold. The minds, you should know those minds to be taken into consideration. They should be given space and advice how to build the system. That is what I want to convey you. I want to say a few words over here. Where are those intellectuals when I talk about few things about the Nobel Foundation? I have so much love. I've been reading for last many years about the Nobel Foundation and all. I want to concentrate on the economic science prize, what it is being given to many scientists in India and abroad. I want to take four scientists. I want to explain what they want to convey with their economical theory for the development. I'll come back to you with it. Give me 1 or 2 seconds to come back to this part. I do not have the readily speech available. Honestly speaking, I am speaking from my heart and mind, whatever. I close my eyes, it's a dark room. I am sitting and just speaking, keeping my mobile voice recording open. I do not have absolutely any documentation. with a small data. Probably I have a piece of a single page. I am speaking for this thing. I do not have any speech ready available. Please excuse me for that if I have done any mistake or anything. I have many more things to speak today. Since I am speaking, I need to speak. Thank you very much for listening. I will continue. Give me a second. I need to have a glass of water. I have been spoken for 1 hour 54 minutes 48 seconds without having a drop of water. So I need some water. I am feeling a lot of dehydration. Just please excuse me for a minute. Friends, I've been talking to you for a long time. Let me put forward few of my ideas that how I want to see India. As I have told you, 1947 I got the freedom. Around 74 years past, we have our constitution that is written at that time, keeping something in mind. I have something to tell over here. My first point I want to tell you is the political appointments. There should not be any backdoor entry. If it is a democracy, it has to run. It's a very absolutely simple matter. It should be run in a democratic way. There should be a fair election process. Whoever wants to contest, being as a citizen of India, they have every right to consent, participate or fight election, and everybody has got right to vote. Whoever they like it, I am not getting into that part. I am talking about the second process, that what I was trying to tell you about the backdoor entries of political appointments. When you fight an election with a particular political banner, now the question is, you get the majority and you select your leader, or already you have selected leader who will be your face and who will be the chief minister or prime minister for that matter. It's a democratic process, everybody is known. I am not going to teach all those things. My only submission, one place, there should be a clear winner. Whoever is the majority, whatever coalition is done, or individual party or anybody, once you are elected, you have the voice. If you are defeated, you do not have any moral or political right to speak or run the democracy, that is for sure. We have been talking much more debate that got into many various issues. I am talking about, rather than stretching it, abolition of 164 article. If anybody is defeated, means defeated. One has to, there is nothing called emotions, that if you are defeated, if I am failed, it's failed. If I am able to qualify the NEET, my graduation, my master degree, my PhD degree, if I am failed, I am failed. There is not any question is collective, that even if you have failed, then you have given a chance to become the leader, and you have given another 6 months grace time to continue for another 5 years. That is a wrong thing, wrong precedent that we've been carrying for last 74 years. And we have seen in our political history what had happened, how things are misused. I am not going to talk about, otherwise it will be a big lengthy debate. People have gone up to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has given the judgment. Many political leaders, father has died, son wants to become chief minister. South, many places had happened. Even if somebody has criminal records, not contesting becoming chief minister, it had happened to Bihar, it had happened to UP, many places, many appointment, prime minister appointment, chief minister appointment, there are many places this clause has been used. This article has been used to install a defeated person, given a chance for 6 months, or a new person, new entry. I have two submission over here. Number one submission is, if a democracy can be run by a defeated person, why do you need an election? Why you want to spend? I told you in my lecture, I have given 1 hour 20 minutes lecture. that how much money you are spending. If you are spending 150 so much money, if you are spending close to 16 billion to 20 billion dollar, 1,50,000 crores, and finally you are selecting a person, a defeated person or a third person coming from XYZ, becoming and holding a democratic elected government position, that is a very much sensitive position, and that position, where is the guarantee he or anybody cannot be misusing this thing? Whether right person is coming or not, who is going to see all those things? That is one question mark I have. It is better ideally you select the person. Let's say I have a political party X, I got the mandate, I have the majority. If I am defeated, I have other elected candidate, fair candidate. From there probably one leader can be selected, and that person can be taking the position of either chief minister or prime minister, for that matter. Those posts can be taken. Okay, if you have another 6 months time, if there is a place to contest, you get elected from that place and you should be a clear winner, then you come back. It's a people's mandate. You cannot run a democracy through emotions, right? A political party can have their internal matter that this is my leader and we are fighting election because of this person seeing that. When you bring emotion in, it is a very kind of a professional thing you need to see professionally. A doctor, if he is failed in the MBBS or medical profession, if a lawyer, a chartered accountant, an engineer, somebody has failed, he or she cannot be given license to operate. That if you have failed another 6 months, I am giving you chance, you go and practice it. It is not allowed, right? It is not. If this is not allowed, how in political system that can be given a chance to come back? And there is a bad element entry, that probably there is a possibility and people are misusing power, everything that has been misusing, and in the name of 164 article. Friends, what I am trying to tell you, there are so much money that we are doing. I will tell you that the kind of money 1,20,000 or 1,50,000 crore that official election commission of India is spending. Now the question is, I told you, if this money can be utilized for, if you do the complete automation online voting process, giving 1 month time. Normally you are taking 50 days time for conducting the election. If you make it online, you can give 30 days time. Within any time somebody can log in the system, put their PAN card, Aadhaar card and give the vote. That can be conducted. For rest you can have simple assistance. That assistance can be given in various means. That modality can be found out. The point what I want to make over here, if this 1,20,000 or 1,50,000 crores it has been spent, now all political parties also are spending a lot of money. That is not counted, even though Election Commission of India has given that this much money you can spend it, but actually you know what is happening, how much money each political party or each candidate is spending for the constituency at the time of vote. So it is again the question of the morality. We are human. What is the difference between animal and human? Because we have morality, that's why we are human. If you do not have the humanity, there is no difference between a tiger and a human. So there is a question obvious whether tiger has got the moral or humanity or emotions. Definitely tiger is having, but human is more sensitive towards the all thing, because we talk about the humanity, morality and all those things, because we teach the society how to be moral, how to be honest. So if a normal civilian, let's say I am a teacher, doctor or engineer, if I am not able to perform my duty for some reason or family reason for that matter, if I don't attend or serve my duty for few days, I am being penalized for that. What about the political leaders who have been selected? For them everything is given free thing, like no, you do whatever you do. Finally, at the end of the day, I feel that when you do it a backdoor entry, I personally feel there is no question of conducting election at all. We can sit, good person from the civil society can sit, you can select your own leader. Okay, those are the good people probably can do, and those are the plan for another 5 years we want to do for the society. That can be easily talked about, because I have seen 140 crores people. If you ask everybody, they say we love India. If you ask any political leader, they say we love India. Then everybody loves India probably. Let's come forward. Since everybody is loving India and their love, respect, and to restore the democracy, let's have without election. You select people from each territory or each constituency, select your leader, and run the democracy collectively. You see how Switzerland is doing. They have taken the voice of the people, like public participation is there. Similar way this can be taken up. Friends, my only fear is simple. It's a democracy. You have got your freedom, your independence with so much pain. So have the fair process in place. And this Article 164, if it is bad, Supreme Court many times, many judgments, civil society, there are a lot of great articles I could see. I am not ramming those. Their books are available. I could go through Indian Constitution and Ambedkar's speech on Article 164, how he has favored that 164 to be continued. But we need to give a rethink of this thing, whether this is good. Probably Ambedkar has a broader mind. Probably he has not given thought that system will be manipulative. So much things can get into the picture, because now political atmosphere is complex. People are not coming. In that time, if you see political system, people used to come voluntarily to do work for the society. You take anybody, Mahatma Gandhi have never given thought that I will join politics, I will have a lot of money. Nobody, even Jawaharlal Nehru, even though I have a lot of opinion about himself, about the partition of India, but I have respect, but he has never given thought that I am coming to politics, I want to earn money. Subhash Chandra Bose has given up his whatever IAS and entered into the politics. He has not thought that I want to make a millionaire. Now you can see how political system, all leaders are coming within 5 years from zero bank balance to this much money they are able to accumulate. We never question from where those monies are coming, what kind of trees you have at your home or any place that so much money can be grown. We want to learn, the civil society, the people of India want to learn, world wants to learn. Let us come to the TV forum and discuss. Look, you have this much money in the next election. You have now from 10 lakhs to you have 10 crores, 20 crores, 30 crores, 40 crores. How you have generated so much money? Can you tell the people of India so that we also will be benefited? We don't ask the right question. That is the problem. So if this kind of question, hardcore question, if you do not ask and answer, if you don't found critically those answers, probably you can understand, then you should know whether to promote this political figure or this political parties, whoever is doing all kind of activities. I am not naming anything. It is all across the party line. That is what is happening. That is what it is more important. People said, what is the morality is there? This is a clause and everybody using the clause. But how long? Can you imagine a situation in IAS, IPS exam, if somebody is failed and he or she has been given a chance, okay, look, you have failed, I am giving you 6 months time to clear it. Again, you come back, now I am giving you 6 months time, you continue with a job as an IPS officer or an IAS officer. Take the administration of certain place, XYZ place, you rule it. And within 6 months, if you are not able to clear it, then somebody will come and you will be thrown out. This is not possible. 6 months time, a too long time, it can make havoc to anybody, any society, in a prime ministerial level or in democracy. No democracy in this world. I have gone through each constitution, wherever democracy is installed, whichever country, you say name anything in globally, who is running it. I have gone through each and everything, whether this kind of provisions are there or not. I could see there are some exceptional cases are there where those kind of provisions are there, where there is a kind of extreme situation, mean there is a riot or something like that, that you need an emergency basis that time. The same exercise is going on like a purchase process. If country is going through war, you cannot have a tender, you can buy certain things directly rather than getting into, because you need to see the simpler mode, the shortest mode, so that you want to counter those disaster what is going to expect. If flood is there, if tomorrow riot is there, if some medical assistance required, there are many places those exercises are done. But in run a normal democracy, if I am not able to find out a single leader out of my 208, 8 candidate, one leader is a clear-cut winner. From there, if I am not able to select a leader, I do not have the moral right to run the state or center. And what we are doing, we are emotionally charged, and we are telling a defeated person, you come and take the post of the highest post of democracy to run the state. It's a constitutional post. It is not your home that I become old, that my father or my brother is taking the position. This is possible at home. But to run a democracy, if you are defeated, no, this is not accepted. This is not accepted. In any means, any logical sense, if anybody can apply, you can ask anybody. You don't need a constitution expert to analyze this thing. It's as simple as like that. I differ with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's statement, what he has told in Parliament. I differ because maybe that time those situations are there. He has not given thought. The same way, if I analyze 1945, how Einstein is being fooled by using his E is equal to mc square formula to make the atom bomb. He is called as a father of nuclear bomb, even though there are many critics now telling that he is the father of nuclear bomb. He has not given thought. He has written to whom? The American president that time, there is a need for nuclear bomb. For what? He has been given shelter from Germany to US. It's a gratitude. I don't think so that Einstein is not so fool to have the gratitude. He has never ever felt that a political system can use the mind. I have told this thing, Oppenheimer, those things, they have been fooled. They are the greatest scientists. In 100 years, like no, another 100 years, they will be remembered, until or unless there are no second theory is going to replace it. They are the architect of our thought process, science and technology. There are many things. Our life, we cannot think beyond Einstein, right? Those are the things what I want to tell here. Similar way, B.R. Ambedkar might be not thinking in that direction. Now time has come to change those rules. Until or unless there is no rule in place, if the entry level is false, right? You bring anybody. Where is the question of ethics? You bring somebody not elected, not got the people's mandate, no right, you don't have any, no right, no voice to run this democracy. You get elected, come back and do that. This is my submission. And another submission is, I told you Uniform Civil Code, I have made different presentation on that issues, and Uniform Civil Code is need of the hour. One country, one rule is very important. And Ambedkar, one thing is there, that time when he is writing the Constitution, 1950s, 55, when Constitution is writing, the amendments and all talked about the reservation. Everybody is talking about the reservation. He has the great idea that 10 years reservation should be there. Now everybody is forgetting what is the purpose of giving reservation to the lower caste, lower people, deprived people. The idea of Ambedkar, he is a qualified person. He could understand if society has to bring down to a level playing field, so there must be something. That's why he has proposed this thing. He told that after 10 years, this article should be demolished. Now 70 years gone, the same reservation policy is going. Where is the question? Now it is entering into the third generation. Let's say I become IAS because of the scheduled caste or scheduled tribes quota. my son, my kids, my daughter, my wife, my family will be eligible to have the same facilities. Let's say my daughters use the same quota, gets the benefit. She also becomes the IAS or IPS officer. She becomes the scientist. Her daughter also will be getting the same facilities because of this quota system. Now it's a high time to abolish this thing. There is no more politics on this issue on the reservation. If country has to develop, you need to give respect to the minds who are really doing. What about the general? The general means I born in a Brahmin family, or I born in a family which is not. That means that I do not have the facilities for getting those reservation benefit that as I have born in a Brahmin family. If any benefit, my concern is if any benefit, if you want to give it on financial status wise. A Brahmin also can be poor. The other community can be also poor, not coming under reservation category. It doesn't mean anybody can. God has not told that I am sending you on earth and you are going to a Brahmin family and you are going to a rich family. What kind of thinking I am? I am just putting my ideas, my thought process. Can anybody can tell me or give me some answer that God is giving guarantee or what? Brahmin is not covering under reservation. Same typical mindset, like British came in India, they have started to create the class division. So Brahman will be given better post, and all Rai Chaudhary, Rai Bahadur all came into the picture, and they have morality and right to run this democracy now. The same things are going on. It's a stereotype things are going on. You have to demolish those things, make it uniform. Merit, which country, even Bangladesh doesn't have reservation. Go to Nepal, neighboring country, Sri Lanka, where they have reservation, nothing called reservation. A poor man also can be intelligent, only what you need to give the education, that is more important. That's why you need to have the cross corrections of the society, how everybody can be given education. Even if you want to give free education, everybody should be given access for education. Everybody should be given to go to school. Everybody can be given minimum food twice. That kind of agenda probably any society can be taken. It is not necessarily one has to be very rich so that he or she only can get all benefits for education or all these things. This reservation policy is absolutely not acceptable to me. In my mind, it's the greatest blockage of our prosper or development. Friends, my third submission, privatization of Sikh government enterprises. It's very need of the hour, like Air India. How much? 1,000 crores spending, giving salaries without anything we are giving spending. How much? How long a country can run giving all those Sikh industries, aviation industries, all those government? How much? Otherwise, you make a sustainable model for those aviation industry. I have written an article how to make it sustainable. I'll come back to you my plan for sustainable development. Like Air India, once upon a time, it is a Tata. It's a private entity. After that, it is taken over by government to run it, hoping that they will run it. But last 65, 70 years, this Air India, they were not able to run. It is one of the finest airlines. How the small private airlines they are running. Until or unless there is a uniform policy in place to run the aviation, it cannot. I'll give you a simple example. Quite often I travel different places, go abroad or any state, like going to Delhi, Lucknow, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Bangalore. So once it had happened, I have to leave next day for a place called like Lucknow. First of all, there is urgent presentation I have to give. I have been checking that what are the possibilities, how many flights are there so that I can go and attend this next day meeting, which is supposed to be at 10 o'clock. I could see I have only few options. Night there are flights leaving from Mumbai to Delhi, Delhi to Lucknow. There are flights going to Mumbai to Varanasi, Varanasi to Lucknow. You know how much fare? It's 25,000 rupees by Air India. Now imagine a situation, a common person, if two person has to travel for the presentation, you spend 50,000 one-way airfare. You cannot go by train, number one. You have to go by flight, and it's an important presentation, you have to go. It's a requirement. Now, can a small MSME, small micro industry who is running can spend 50,000 rupees? If I have an emergency to go to Kolkata, next day if I am going, if my sick mother or anybody is there, I have to go attend. You see the airfare is almost 3 times or 4 times more than the normal. Nobody plans in advance 15 days for business purpose, then this is the expectation is somebody think will. Until or unless it is a very planned way, you cannot have any plan. It comes within 48 hours, those are the plan you have to attend it. If so much airfare, it's a variably, why we cannot put a uniform airfare irrespective of which date you book? You can follow the simple rule of a bus fare, what is there. You can simply follow the rules of a train, how it is operating. You can easily make Air India or anybody sustainable within 2-3 hours. They can. I have seen many Air India flight giving 15,000-20,000 rupees coming. It's an empty flight, only 2-3-10 people there coming. I have traveled across India from Lucknow to Hyderabad to Bangalore, same day travel many times, absolutely empty flight because you can check the airfare, what is that particular day. Instead of running the empty air, it is better you make each zone wise. From Kolkata to Delhi, maximum fare should be 5,000, 6,000, little more than first class train fare in the same route by Rajdhani fare. Similar way, if that kind of policies if you are making, it can be easily make it sustainable. You don't need a great economics to analyze all those things. You need a simple economics to do it. I have 2 cars. I have left cars. I usually travel by bus from my office to my home. It's around 15 kilometers. I was talking to my friend. There is a AC bus service they have started. How much I pay? I pay 80 rupees for AC bus. I could literally see only driver, conductor and myself going. Nobody is traveling. In India, everybody loves to go by car. So we always talk about in environmental day, we talk about you save the environment, save this thing, save all pollution and everything. See, finally at the end of the day, I always believe the charity should begin or start from your home. Rather than talking philosophically, holistically, all those things, you start small thing in your life. We talk about everybody is corrupt in this world except myself. Now from where this corruption is coming, you have 140 crores people. If everybody is telling that I am not corrupt, X is not corrupt, Y is not corrupt. What is the corruption? Then what is the corruption index all about? Why do you need a corruption index then? Who is doing corrupt? Everybody is going to temple, mandir, masjid, wherever. What they do going to temple, mandir and masjid? They pray God for the longer life or pray that whatever crime they have done from morning to evening and they want to God, you take it. Why I have stopped going to temple, I have lot of Muslim friends. I don't know a great believer of any dharma. I lived in a place with this Christian community. I go to church, I pray in front of my Christian friends and in front of God I pray. I go to a Muslim friend, I go to masjid, I pray namaz with whatever patta taking. I have lot of friends. I go to Hindu temple just to see how nicely. I have gone to many temples where I have seen if you pay a little more money, you can go faster. I have literally come out from this place because I don't like to pray in a place. It is better to stand in front of open place, in front of a tree, in front of air where you have fresh oxygen and pray to God. Please God, save everybody in this world. I do not want a society, a temple that if you pay 1,000 rupees, you can go faster. There is a VIP line, there is a semi-VIP line. All those things are there. It is not I am speaking the truth. Everybody knows the truth. So friends, what I did nothing. I had ambition to give 100 rupees donation or 200 rupees donation at the Danpatti box. I came out from this thing. I am not referring which temple I went. I can tell you the temple what I am referring. They are all famous temple. I can tell you when I come out, 400 rupees I have given these poor people who are just begging in front of the temple. My concerns are different. Please, if somebody is able to analyze what I am trying to convey, it probably will understand it. I have seen different temple, how rich those priests or whoever is holding. They have BMW class 7 cars. From where those monies are coming? Where the poor people believing that there is a God, I am donating all those things in front of God. But finally, BMW doesn't come with free of cost. If somebody is not giving, German BMW is not given to somebody free of cost, yet you are the priest of this temple or you are XYZ for this church, or for that matter for XYZ for the masjid or whatever these priest rituals you are making. I am gifting one thing. Look, this is what the reality of India. A scientist never can imagine to have a BMW car in his mind. I have seen the scientists in Europe, they have those cars, they take loan, they know their life very well. They can, but in Indian context, if you cannot imagine a certain things. I talked about many times the government system in India, how many people are having government job, hardly 2 to 3%. Our entire economy is based on the tax, what you collect from the government sector, the Sarkari Admi, whatever the salary you have, standard deduction. The private companies, whoever they earn, what is that percentage? 10-50%. Agricultural, totally tax free. How much revenue India government is generating through tax? What are the developments? Until or unless you have all those things, you are not able to bring everybody into tax bracket, not able to collect money from the agriculture. I have seen many Prime Minister of India that has been generated there. In their nomination, they have written that they are the Kisans. I am not ramming anything. I can tell you what is the reservation is all about. You go back, study the history of VP Singh, how he drastically brought your reservation and brought down to 51%. What is this reservation is all about? This fellow, he feels himself that he is a farmer. I am not naming. The name calling is not good thing. So if I have to name call, I have to name call many things. It is going to extend 3 hours, 4 hours discussion. Friends, it is very important to understand those type of reforms is very much required. If you have such kind of policies, reservation policies is going to. What about the person, talented person, he stood first? I have seen in my class in 12th standard, a fellow from a background, from a scheduled tribes, he got selected in medical, in Calcutta Medical College, getting negative marks. I am not an ordinary person or ordinary fellow. I have reasonable knowledge to understand. I am not qualified. So I do not get a chance for medical. But what about this poor fellow who got negative marking, got into medical college? What kind of doctor he will be and what kind of service he is going to give to the nation? I wonder, I can imagine it. After that, I have not met my friend. I wish he is in good health and good shape during COVID time. So, friends, what I am trying to tell over here, until or unless you need to see the other countries, how they are doing it, what kind of selection, education process for job purpose. You cannot give all reservation for education, for getting job. So you give reservation for marriage and you give generation after generation. Those kind of things are not acceptable in this present society after 74-75 years of independence. Friends, I have been talking again for a long time. There are a few more recommendations that I have in my mind. I want to complete those things. Doesn't matter how long this topic can be stretched, because I do not have in front of my audience, intellectual class or anybody for that matter. Nobody is there to clap or nobody is there to hear what I'm speaking. I'm speaking from my mind. So I told you that my idea of India is totally different present day, whatever circumstances I have been watching for last many years. So I want to speak. I want to have my India a reformation in the social, what mindset we have, what political mindset we have, reform in industry, reform in agriculture, reform in education system, healthcare system. Those are probably the foundations. Until or unless those 4 areas we address, it will be very difficult for us to understand how a democracy can be run. First of all, for that matter, we need to have a lot of cross corrections. self-corrections. Now that is what it is required, the social mindset we have to think of. Everybody should work. The work culture has to be brought down and accountability to be fixed. For social concern, one has to develop the sense of nationalism. I was talking many times, I had a lot of debates, lot of fight, intellectual fight, that where is the need of nationalism. If you do not feel that you are a nationalist, you are loving your country, anything you do with passion, first the nationalism must be there. We have a lot of things learned from Israel. Even there are a lot of people that talk about Israel bad about it, but you have to respect their nationalism is the only driving force whatever they are doing. I have seen this country working as a company. My two of my engineers, they went to Israel. Their nationalism comes from by their heart. I have seen the people who are flying from Delhi to Tel Aviv, the Israeli people, how the Jews, the how once the flight landed in Tel Aviv, how they clap. After landing, they will stand, they will clap. That is been seen, told by my friends. And I have a pleasure that those things are possible. In India, if flight is landed safely, we feel we are fine and safe. We don't have the courtesy also to say thank you the pilot. Very few people acknowledge it's your country. You should love your country. There is no question when I talk about the nationalistic people when they are treated, branded as a different way. The communist people, they are totally in a different opinion about nationalism is a bad thing. Please do understand one thing, nationalism is the only thing, it's a driving force. It's your Bible of your heart until or unless you love your country. If you do not have the respect for your country, if you do not have the determination to do something for your country to protect, whoever is against nationalism, I have few submission to them. I have lived with a person who is a PhD fellow from Switzerland, worked under Nobel laureate in the same lab. He came back to India with the interest that he wants to serve India. He is by heart, he believes in communism. We used to have a lot of arguments with him. I told you talk about everything like no, everybody should get an opportunity and all those things. I asked him, sir, you are a professor of a university. Imagine a situation, somebody is coming more than intelligent than you. Can you offer this position to him? Look, I am voluntarily giving my position to you because you deserve. It's not possible theoretically. When it comes to protect your own life, you need certain things. There is no level playing that you have all everything parallel, everybody is same. All minds are different. The way I am speaking, probably a different person will be speaking. The way my understanding of the society, one person might be thinking do it. There are many ways to think it. Our final objective is to reach your goal, whichever way you might be thinking. I do not see that there is nothing wrong in communism, nothing wrong in socialism, nothing wrong in monarchy, nothing wrong in bourgeois system. Finally, at the end of the day, it is how, if you are good, in good shape. In Ramayana, what is Ramayana? Ramayana teaches about the what? Teaches about a family, it's a king family. Dasarath, Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Bharat, all those things. We love and appreciate this thing, but we don't question that Ram is not a democratic man and all those things. We question his character. That is a different thing. When he came back from Vanavas and he has to cross the fire, those are different things altogether. I'm not getting into that purpose. That debate I'm not getting into. What I'm trying to tell you, there is also king used to live. There are good kings, there are bad kings. One can question. In democracy, there are bad democracy, there is good democracy. In communism, there is a bad communism, good communism. What is happening with the communism, what Marxism philosophy or whatever philosophy, how it is been drifted from Marx to Lenin to many other people, how this has been seen. You can see what is happening. You know the history of Stalin, you know what is happening in early China, how These Chinese communists used to kill small species because they need to have food. That's why they have ordered this particular bird to be killed, it to be eliminated. How this is impacted, ecological impact has happened in the food scarcity. In nature, everything is important, but you cannot bring a law or communism like you kill because this is happening. That's why you kill. You kill even if you kill mosquito today, there are impact. Let me tell you, being a biology student, I have read the ecological system, ecological pyramid. Each and every organism who is coming to Earth, it has got the relevance. God is not sending somebody because you are unwanted. That's why I'm sending you to Earth. You do all kind of things. There is a relevance. Even though I don't believe anything, if the majority are believing in God that somebody is doing all those things, we don't question it. But everybody has got the relevance. Whatever the smallest organism is there, it has got the relevance. Please, we need to understand the society totality, the human, the way we analyze it. We need to analyze the other living world. Human. What is human? What is the share of the total world biomass of living organism? It is even not below 1%. What about the rest? Plants, animal, biological, biodiversity, all those organisms, they are sharing the major share. Plants and animals and human, it is not even sharing 1.5% of the total biomass of the earth. The rest is marine, plants, closely occupying the rest. So friends, what I'm trying to tell you, we have to respect. When I talk about the respecting the nature, respecting the ecological system, respecting the biodiversity, everything we have to take by heart. It is not simply way just World Environment Day is there, you celebrate it and you forget and you go and do your own activities, having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 cars, and you show the society I have so much thing. If contribution has to be given, you have to have the social sacrifice too. All these things coming from a philosophy that the materialistic thinking. I always say, I have talked many times in many forums to my friends, close friends. You give up the materialistic world, think very simply, your life will be much more simple. You are not going to carry your entire thing to heaven, again I am telling you. You have some intellectual, right thinking, right people, whoever is thinking probably right direction, whatever the good thing that one need to take it and move forward, then there is a possibility of doing something or some changes can be done. Friends, I have been again telling, for society development, as I have told you, there are few sectors you need to have: medical, you need to have research, development, you need to have agriculture. The main interesting part in India, the main focus after 1947, what had happened? India, you know, agriculture is the backbone of our country. Industrialization is the second thing. But Jawaharlal Nehru, what he has done, he has introduced industrialization. He failed because that time there is not much industry, but agriculture is always there. So after 75 years, we are using the same methodology, same procedure. There are millions of hectares land is not getting water, not proper water, irrigation or fertilizer, pesticides. We need to see the proper distribution of land. We are not able to implement, even though there is a provision for Land Reformation Act, except few state Land Reformation Act is not implemented except Kerala, Bengal and few parts of Punjab. What about the rest? 26, 27 state union territories, they have not applied it. Same typical bourgeois system is applying, and everybody is holding so much land and they are the custodian of the democracy. I am not getting into detail. You need to understand the core society, how this has been developed, how our civilization, 500 years you calculate everything, you will get answers. How the Mughal period, then Zamindar system, then British came, then you got independence, how this system operates, you need to understand. Until or unless we understand and analyze the history, either that is the importance of reading history, political history, social history, whatever things you have, understand those are the things, because those are the things are constant what had happened. Now you want to see better future of India, for that matter global future, you need to see what best we can do. Friends, it is not only telling, talking. I talk about the morality part. Can you accept a philosophical or spiritual word from a person who is guilty of murdering 10 people? he comes to a platform and talk about the morality, talk about everything, do you accept this person? No, no, look, no, you won't accept it because you question that you have done some crime, you do not have the moral right to speak about good things. Friends, I want to tell everybody, touch your heart, ask this question. You will get every questions your answer very clearly. For that matter, you need not go to any university. For that matter, you should not have a high-fi degree. For that matter, you don't need to have a Stanford or London University, Oxford University, Cambridge University, MIT degree, or a management degree from any other IIMs in India, from IIT or all those things. We don't need such kind of things. You can always understand from your rational thought. That's why I'm talking about have some rational thought of anything what is happening. The society is obsessed with degrees, job, opportunities. I talked about brain drains. The objective of IITs, what is the mandate? You can go through and read the mandate of establishment of IITs. Best brains selection to stop the brain drain. Now we have been trying to do it. Now IIT is the window of opportunity for the people who learn here and go abroad and have all kind of things. What about your own motherland? In global sense, everybody talk about, okay, somebody is going to US, somebody is going to Germany, somebody is going to London, he's doing something, he's contributing something. It's fine. Why don't you take? Why don't you have courage? I respect Narayan Murthy, then Sundar Pichai, then anybody. He has courage to develop a big software company in India. I respect all those great people like Tata, who has taken good education from abroad. They have returned to India. Now they are contributing. I respect Ajam Premji, the person like him. He is contributing for the society. There are many such people who are contributing, given millions of jobs. Where there is government sector, there is no job. You should be given window of opportunity. There should be much more opportunities how small entrepreneurship can be developed. I am a person is a great believer of India. It is not the government system should be in the business of giving jobs. They should create an opportunity. I talked about many technologies in the field of agriculture, how sustainable agricultural model can change the dynamics of the Indian economy. As I have told you, 60 to 70% people are dependent on agriculture. They are the baseline. If you are able to solve the problem of 70% people, rest remaining 30% people can be taken care by private, government, non-government, NGOs, all those organizations. Your entire matter can be resolved. Everybody will have home, shelter, food, medicine, everything. That kind of atmosphere one need to create it. For that matter, you need to do a lot of cross correction. You need to do a lot of introspection. Otherwise, it is very difficult to have a country like 140 crores official people to give each and everything. Whichever ways you cry, state is crying, blaming. This blame game is going to continue. Each state is responsible or center is responsible. We the people of India, if each people are not participating, so government is nothing but it is you who have selected. It is you who have selected the leaders. Please don't blame this person that you are the responsibility. This leader is not the custodian to save your democracy. It is you, like millions of people who have voted and brought your democracy in order. He is your representative. He is your family member. Why don't you think in that way? Giving 10 galis to Prime Minister of India, giving 14 galis to this or that person, it doesn't solve the problem. What it solves the problem? It only solves your stress level. If you give abuse, abuse is something you release the stress level. Then why do you abuse? Why people abuse? Why people sometimes get aggressive? The reason is very simple. You need to have outlet. It's like a pressure cooker. When you build up your pressure, you cry, you abuse, you use filthy language. Those are the outlets. Friends, what I'm trying to tell you, India, there are many opportunities. Don't wait for the freebies, whoever political system is telling. There is nothing called freebies. Everything is coming from your society. Nothing is free. It has to be earned, then it has to be distributed. There must be a supply chain ready. Until or unless I don't work, you don't work, nobody works, then from where this is come? This is not going to come from Mars or for anybody for that matter. It has to be grown. in your soil, either it is from the industrial product or agricultural product. It has to come from the same resources. For that, each and every people, they have to contribute. If you go to Aryan civilization, what is there? They have divided the society into many castes: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, based on the work. Brahman used to do the puja rituals. Kshatriya, they want to hunt. Vaishya, Shudra, agriculture, all those things, they have the class based on the work. We should have a class of people based on their capability, knowledge and understanding. They can go and do some work. Everybody should be given an opportunity for education, for free, not free, medical facilities, whatever the minimum price. Everybody should pay for the price. Nothing is free. In agricultural sector, I told you, this sector, why it is not taxable. There are millions, there are billions here. There are prime minister. They are they belong to agricultural family. I have not naming. I know there are finance minister who is telling that I have some agricultural product earning, cultivating something on pot. He is generating millions of rupees. Let him come back. This person went to jail. What is there if our status of a finance minister of a country is fooling the country by saying that I have cultivated XYZ in my pot, I have earned crores of rupees? We are not here to believe all those nonsense garbage things that somebody is speaking. If somebody has capacity to speak in front of media all those things, and we are not able to digest all those things, because we cannot digest all those things, because we understand we do not have voice. But finally we have to speak. The time has come, because this COVID time, everybody is under pressure. Either it is a millionaire, billionaire, nobody has money, or somebody has money. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they have the fear that anybody can go. So because of this fear, probably this is the right time. Probably God is alarming you. Change your mindset up. It's kind of for me, if I draw the philosophical conclusion or understanding, somebody is telling change your thought process. Until or unless you change your thought process of understanding the society, you will be deeper into the problem. It's basically signaling. If you believe in signaling or not, it's a very philosophical understanding. That signaling you need to understand. It is very important. The birds, animals can sense very fast if any earthquake is coming. The rats and all those things in animal world, they can predict, because they have the vibration level. They can understand all those things. Male, they can understand. If you offer food to cats, they don't eat. If they hunt also something, immediately they don't eat. I have seen how at my home cats are hunting rats, bringing it, keeping it for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. How they observe whether what they have hunted, it is good or bad. They taste it. We have many things to learn from the animal world, for that metaphor. Anything we are not able to learn until or unless we have the finally what I want to term learning ability, and the same philosophy you are adapting in our personal life. Each individual, if he is changing, the society will be changed. You cannot change a corrupt-free society. You only can do it is everybody is non-corrupt. If you go to Singapore, how people are disciplined. If you go to Arabian country, how people are disciplined, because they have law and they have sense of dignity. If you go to Israel, how people are being trained to devote, if at all, anytime required to serve their country, anytime they can go, and the army is ready. Everybody is mentally prepared to do that. But in our country, it's not possible. We are not designed to do that. We cannot think. Here we talk about love and respect for Khudiram Bose. But nobody wants to Khudiram. If somebody is telling you go and fight, but we love Khudiram, his dedication, but history has not given respect for him. The real fighter for the freedom movement, Khudiram, Papullo Chaki, for that matter, Bidoy Badal, Dinesh, all those people who have violently fought against the British, their names are written here and there, and we are forgetting all those three. But we are appreciating Gandhiji. Gandhiji, entire life he has fought against non-violence movement. His theory is non-violence. How many times he was sent to jail? It is all conspiracy thing. He has never been given a stringent punishment. The treatment they have given for Subhash Chandra Bose, for Binoy Badal, Dinesh, Papullo Chaki, kind of thing, hang. What crime they have done, they have to hang. What Mahatma Gandhi, all those movements, what he has done, he has got all security and everything, all protection from the British side. Friends, it's a bitter truth of history. One need to understand. You can go and read how many times Jawaharlal Nehru went to jail. and what kind of torture he has taken from the British. Please read the history, you will understand. If you have open eyes, you can understand. You should have inner eyes or open eyes to look. You cannot simply read only the lines what is written. You have to read in between lines what is written. That is the extract I can imagine, the kind of thing. Your deterioration has taken place. How? The British, they have used all those brains and manipulated and tried to install somebody, and they have kicked out Subhash Chandra Bose for that matter. The right people, and the mystery is death mystery and plane crash theory, marriage theory. Now you try to pollute this fellow that as if he has not done anything for the society, but history knows what the contribution. It is the British, they have accepted. Because of Subhash Chandra Bose, they are leaving India. It is a fact, it is a documented thing. It is not because of Jawaharlal Nehru or Mahatma Gandhi they are leaving India. They felt that the real threat is Subhash Chandra Bose. That's why history has tried to eliminate all those things. Friends, what I'm trying to tell you, history, again, it's a bitter thing, the way you analyze it. Your interpretation, my interpretation will be different. You can put emotion, but I don't put emotion, I put the logical thing here. If I am wrong in any one of my point, what I am telling, I am ready to withdraw my statement or correct my statement, whatever reason might be. But I should have my open voice to raise those concerns in front of my fellow brothers and sisters, my Indians.